Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive.
We have the same names.
Number 2, Menon, Van Nunley, and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Amory Castillo.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, that means we go to Van in the Sky for a traffic update. Van.
Well, we're having some problems here along I-40 corridor as a semi-truck has knocked over a power line. Tramway 1 to Bow and Eubank exits are all closed, causing an absolute bleep storm all across the Albuquerque metro area.
Van, not to cut you off there, Van, does that mean all the throughway streets are also backed up and it's basic gridlock for the first time in my 6-year history of living here in Albuquerque?
Well, see, what has happened, Fred, while I'm here on the ground, what I'm seeing is a bunch of idiots.
You're in a helicopter.
I mean, it's a bunch of idiots driving like maniacs all over the place. They're frustrated because they've never had traffic in the history of Albuquerque, and this is the first time they're ever experiencing a traffic jam.
Sorry to cut you off here, Van. We're seeing reports that the Guinness Book of World Records for U-turns is being set today. Is that a fact out there in these streets?
A lot of swirly tire marks all over the Albuquerque metro area as people are going in circles, whether it's a U or a figure 8. They don't know what they're doing out here.
505-246-0610. Text us because we know you're in your car. We know for a fact.
Everyone is in their car right now. And you will be for an hour. An hour and 6 minutes.
Oh, God. We're at the Horn YMCA, Indian School in San Mateo. Don't come to us if you don't have to.
Yeah. Don't do anything.
Today's
shelter in place.
Do not order a DoorDash. Like today, just stay. It is canned tuna and crackers for you tonight, as the city is in complete and utter gridlock. Cannot get anywhere if you're east of 25. Period.
It took me an hour and 6 minutes to get from the Heights to Midtown. That is a 12-minute drive.
It took me 45 minutes to get from near the Air Force Base to the Horn YMCA at San Mateo and Indian School. We just sat down.
That's an 8-minute drive.
It tops.
Yeah.
We just sat down not 10 minutes ago. We've been here for not 10 full minutes.
I was on a trajectory to get here like 3:05, 3:10. We got here at 3:50.
Yes.
Got set up and on air with 2 minutes to spare.
Gosh. If you have a food truck, create foods, walk up and down the highway and just sell burritos for $100 a pop right now.
100%. You would crush it.
It is the worst. Cal Mood's back at the studio. He's making the show go around. Cal, thanks for being part of the program.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you what. If you're not joining us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live or
Facebook.com.
Cal's hair today.
Oh, is that real?
Is something special.
Bryce Harper know you got his drip?
I hope it never falls out. That's all I got going for me here.
Does 31-year-old Bryce Harper know that you got his drip? Is that a thing that he knows about?
I don't think so. This is my own style. Nobody can take it from me.
Do you just wake up like that, or is this like a mousse and brush?
That's a good question.
Like a blow dry thing?
Oh, God.
Are you just naturally that good looking?
Genes, guys. It's genetics.
Mine are Levi's.
No, not those jeans, but no, it's a daily shower routine and not too much else. Not a whole lot of product.
Well, you're crushing it, brother. Just like you're crushing it on the production side. Thank you.
Yeah, doing a good job. We're literally calling Cal on the way over because more inside radio talk. We're calling Cal on the way over, and we're like, listen, we're not going to make it.
Not going to make it.
Like, we cannot get off of San Mateo to the broadcast location, which is the Horn YMCA, basically the intersection of Indian School and San Mateo. We were minutes from to walk would have been a better decision.
We could have walked faster.
We're like, we can't make it. And you're like, don't worry, Friday we'll go to Zach Gelb. We'll put Zach Gelb up there.
Don't do that to the people of Albuquerque.
I don't want that.
I didn't want you to worry.
Nothing against Zach Gelb.
No, I'm sure he's great.
He ain't the boys.
He's not bringing the heat. Speaking of the heat, we see you, Texter. We see you, Facebook Messenger. We know you want us to formally admit that New Mexico State is a legitimate D1 product. We're not saying it's not. And we'll get into that at much length today. And I don't know if it's the same individuals over and over again, or if this is a new movement where now, for the first time in at least the 6 years I've lived in the city, 5 years I've worked in radio, that New Mexico State fan finally has something to brag on. And they really do have the terrible energy that everyone has described them as always having,
Sure.
because they are only now starting to bark a little louder and
Right.
attempting to bite, because for a long time they were Chihuahuas. For
Right.
a long time they were
Right.
little chirpy Chihuahuas. We Aggies, we are the stepchild of the state. And now you got a football team that wins on some Wednesdays, which is
Your Aggies. You know, we're just talking across the board on sports.
right.
Good baseball team. They've kind of had the upper hand in the basketball rivalry recently. They've had the upper hand in football. And if we're going to do some counting stats, they're absolutely crushing it at sexual assault, and they're leading 1-0 in manslaughter. So Aggies are doing that thing lately.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But their quarterback's winning awards. That's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I am saying I saw the opponent you're playing. I am saying Wednesdays are worse than Thursday short games. I am saying I see you. I see you, Aggies fan, that I haven't heard from in 5 years. I see you.
That looks like a recruiting snafu. And I'm assuming that, you know, Coach G usually gets kids of like high moral fiber and, you know, guys that are house trained usually. But Pevia, like the product.
Pavia.
I know what I said.
Okay.
Pevia, like the product on the field, looks like superior.
Yeah.
Like we missed that one.
Hey, good quarterback.
Whoopsie.
We talk about that character stuff. You know, obviously there were some red flags. Obviously,
Sure,
we can give you examples. You don't accidentally go to NIMI.
Right.
You know, the New Mexico Military Institute, although I think is a very great school.
Right.
I've been so fortunate to broadcast a lot for them. I see the cadets. I don't call them student athletes out there. I call them cadets out there.
Sure.
Not everyone's going by choice. It's not at all a Roger Staubach situation where they want to get into the military services. It's not at all that.
I grew up with a few cadets who ended up going to NIMI. One of them was by choice.
Yes.
The rest of them were not.
No.
Yeah.
Have you ever messed with an ROTC program? It's wild.
Not particularly.
I had a, I don't know what word to use, relationship
Okay.
with like a ROTC individual. I wake up at an early hour. I like to start my day.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy getting out early. I enjoy 10 o'clock rolling around and going, oh, almost lunch.
I did not today.
Long
Howie's
night.
sports page went hard on Luke's birthday
Long
party.
night at Howie's last night.
Your boy's not in the best shape.
My worst Irish goodbye of all time last night from Howie's. You saw me the second I walked out.
I always see you the second.
No, you don't.
Not everyone else does, though. I know you. I know your temperature. I know your body language. I can tell right when you're about to do it.
I wait for the exact moment.
Yeah.
I let everyone, because you know I am. I'm the COA. I'm the center of attention, right? But I let them all peel off, Cal. I let them all. They start talking to each other. They're telling each other, repeating my jokes to each other. Time to go. Time to get out of here. But it was a fun night at Howie's sports page last night. I was right on the picks. I had it called the whole time. I said, Cowboys, they got you with the points. Also, it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I said low 20s to low teens. Close enough.
Sure.
Them boys coming out ahead. It is I
mean, that was a big one for the Cowboys season. They're going to if the Cowboys have playoff success, you're going to talk about this game as being a pivotal game throughout their season. A good Chargers team, great Chargers quarterback. They won on the road. I was wrong. Rub it in my face.
Got a fun one today. The big news in the world of sports, not to derail you, Van.
Mm-hmm.
The Isotope sold today. Did you
hear
what I just said? Your Albuquerque Isotopes have been sold.
Sold to a sports management company of sorts. So it seems like that's their specialty.
They manage sports.
Yeah.
John Traub will be joining us at 5 o'clock. He's the GM.
And will remain.
From
what I understand.
Correct. So he will join us at 5 o'clock to talk about what changes you will see, what changes you won't see. We're going to talk zero on the field product, but we're absolutely going to talk Albuquerque Isotopes, obviously the lineage here in the city, what direction it's going to go. So I'll be at 5 o'clock on the dot. And here's the thing.
I'll probably sneak in a Wynton Bernard reference.
It's only 52 minutes from here, Van, which means if you're on Highway 40, you'll have made it almost one full exit by that time.
Really good.
That's incredible.
That's great progress.
Way to go.
For today. Just don't leave your car. wait, hold on. You don't have that option.
And it's a weird layout of a city because there's that big old arroyo that runs between them.
Mhm.
Like there's not a way to come in and like move a barrier or do a thing.
Right.
Like you cannot physically do that. You're stuck.
You're stuck.
And they're going to try to get you off. They're going to say, hey, like here's a name up through street, right? A San Mateo or Wyoming or Eubank or Louisiana or whatever. We're doing them all. Maybe. You're definitely going to be stuck.
Who's doing traffic for us today? This is probably the busiest they've
Kai,
ever
we
been
need
in their entire
yeah,
life.
what's the traffic update like? Are people just running around like crazy at the studio, or their arms all on a flare like they're outside of a used car dealership? Is that what's happening?
It's been pandemonium, but it has also been crazy because I've had 20 or 30 calls from people who don't know what's happening with the accident, and they are all wondering what's going on. What's happening? Is there an accident on I-40? I heard it a lot.
The thing I saw is a truck, a semi truck,
Sure.
hit a power line,
Uh-huh.
and that's the end of days.
Yeah, and the power line was just flanging across 40 trying to
Oh, it's so terrifying.
electrocute street people.
And also car people, which are Autobots. Also,
are you referring to Transformers?
Yes.
Okay.
Also just regular cars.
Okay.
Can you imagine if you're like on low fuel and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna make it a Sam's Club?
Yeah.
That's
no,
my
you're
club.
not.
No, you're not gonna make it.
Just park. Turn the car off.
And
You got a water bottle?
what do you do after that point? I've never been in that because you know me, I'm so obsessive, weird. I don't know what word to use.
Right.
To where I don't let my tank get down below half a tank. I get weird if it's below half a tank.
I'm a quarter tank guy. Yeah, I don't let it go below a quarter usually.
Your car's half battery.
Yeah, I know.
That's like 3/4 tank for most people.
There'll be a moment every few months. By the way, we're talking about my Toyota Prius that I'll have for at least one more day.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in power, King.
Electric power.
I get such good gas mileage that I'll go months without filling up the tank, and it'll start beeping at me, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I got to put gas in it."
I remember you.
I forgot. Yeah, usually just gas station is for 40s.
World Series baseball in the work, not World Series, National League and American League Championship baseball currently underway. We'll talk at length about the Astros. Oh, God. Oh, God,
Your boy's not doing great.
Texas will be represented in the World Series. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, there's 5 more games to be played.
Philadelphia looks like the truth. We'll talk about the lead off to that game and how it set the pace for that game. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll recap the NFL in a way we didn't get to over the weekend. I was asked by some friends of the show if I wanted to retract any of my harsh UNM statements from yesterday. I'm still hurt. Like, I'm going to be honest. I said I'll think about it for one full days.
Yeah, I mean, you're going through all the stages of grief.
I'm hurt. Yes.
You've recently hit acceptance.
I'm accepting.
I think bargaining's next, is it? Or is it the other way?
Normally my internal voice is my own voice or Daniel Stern.
Mm-hmm.
Currently it's Denny Green, and the Lobos are who I think they are. And that's a bummer for me because it's hurting me.
Much like the American League Championship Series, there's a lot of games left.
There are some.
The Bows can still turn it around. Don't you worry.
I'm worried adjacent.
Yeah, samesies. Yeah.
Big night Thursday night. We will be obviously at Sadie's on 4th, getting ready for Thursday night football. But I will not be in attendance. We'll have to go to the bullpen for me because I'll be at Duke City Championship Wrestling this upcoming Thursday at the historic El Rey Theater. Big announcement. We have set a ticket sales record again. This is 5 consecutive months in a row where we've outsold the previous incarnation. Thank you to everyone who has been so very kind and took the time to spend their money on our product. It is a big deal to me. And obviously I say this every time. Thank you for lining daddy's pockets.
Sure.
Like I say that, like I'm pretending like it's a fun thing. It's a factual thing. It means the world to me that people support and all the social media message and everything. So we're 2 days away from that. But also Lobo Women's Soccer Senior Night is Thursday. They are collecting donations for Winter Animal Shelter Drive.
Oh, I love that.
Accepting any new or lightly used toys, treats, blankets before the match. I reached out to my friends of my former employment, Sports and Wellness.
Okay.
And I said, hey, you got any of those old gym towels? You got any of those old, wiper downers? You got any of that? And they said, yeah, Fred, we will definitely donate those to help a good cause. So that will be my contribution to UNM Lobo Soccer. Not the best season they've had in the history of the season, but winning a senior night is a big deal.
Yeah, let's go.
So good luck to them. The weekend will start off right. And don't forget, this Friday, Van and I are hosting Fall Festival. We'll be doing that at the Rio Rancho Event Center. It's an afternoon start for the boys, but we're going to be there. Don't forget, if you do attend with us, make sure you bring lots of dollars. Just kidding. It's free. It is a free event. Come and hang out with us. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Whenever we get back, the recap of Championship Series Baseball. RIP Houston.
Watch your mouth.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by Sandia Area Federal Credit Union.
You guys are clear.
When you refinance your auto loan with Sandia Area, your 2023 Forbes Best Credit Union in New Mexico. Go to sandiaarea.org today. Sandia Area, better banking without the bank.
Well, traffic right now, some good news. Both directions of I-40 have fully reopened. All lanes are up and moving after that earlier crash with the semi that hit the power lines. The bad news is still seeing a whole lot of slowdowns in both directions of I-40, so you're going to want to continue to be really patient as you make your way through there. Also right now, both directions of I-25 near Cesar Chavez, traffic moving slow there. That is due to some road work. Seeing a little bit of a slowdown right now, southbound I-25 as you approach Montgomery. Also westbound on Paseo between Jefferson and 2nd Street, traffic moving a little slow there. You may know JPR sells all kinds of decorative gravel, but they also sell dirt. Fill dirt for small projects to large backfill too. Need dirt? Visit one of JPR's 4 gravel yards in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, or Bernalillo, or visit jprnm.com. This report is sponsored by JPR Incorporated. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Come to the UNM Howl Zone. 3.5 hours before kickoff for each home game with backyard games, inflatable, food, drinks, music, and more.
Hand him off to the deep man, Merritt. Oh, makes a man miss. He's outside the numbers to the 15. He's to the house.
Come celebrate with New Mexico's station for football.
First career Lobo touchdown, 27 yards.
95.9 FM and AM 610.
Unbelievable.
The Sports Animal.
Did you know that gun deaths are the leading cause of death for children and teens in New Mexico? Half of those deaths are suicide by a gun.
As gun owners, we can help keep New Mexico's children and teens safe by securing all our firearms.
Store your guns locked up, unloaded, and separate from ammunition.
That's right, locked up, unloaded, and separate from ammunition.
It's one simple thing we as gun owners can do.
Keep me and my friends safe and lock up your guns. Thank you.
Brought to you by New Mexicans to prevent gun violence.
At Granger, we're for the ones
Minute and a half, guys.
saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders.
Hey, Cal.
All
Yes. Do me a favor on the
ready to
StreamYard.
help.
Don't mute.
so you can get the right
Sorry, I was trying to figure out how I could get you off of my speaker.
call. Click
Is that thing
Granger.com
plugged
or
into
just
it?
stop.
It was hanging out a little bit, and I jammed it in there, and so we're good now.
Yeah.
I was trying to mute you on my end, not for everybody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Get up to
Got it.
gift card after rebate with the
Some guy just called in and said that it wasn't a power line; it was actually a communications line.
Oh, if somebody calls you and tells you it's not a
power,
power line, it's a
performance, and
communication line,
reliability. Choose
you tell them to
Superstar
get a
batteries
life.
only at old.
I will next time, but I didn't want to break into your program to tell you about that.
No, you made the absolute best professional decision you've ever made.
Good to hear.
Legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion.
Called Danielle Tedesco.
Call the law.
KOB
Rudy
TV.
Chavez at 505-250-5500
Yeah, she wanted to compliment my hairdo.
or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy.
Coming back after this, boys.
No problems. Go away.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Amazing with this paper.
Didn't quite finish my
See,
carry.
God, and he left me a song. I'm on the rise, get my who's lit, who's on the list, but who's checking this? Yeah, she a dime, but her breath could be stinking. Pussy for me, shouty. Drop it down low. Down to the floor, make it clap, make it roll. Yeah,
This is the mellow music that our friends of the show that are. Do you want to use the word stuck or surviving?
Stuck, definitely.
Okay. That are stuck in the Albuquerque traffic.
You could say Mageddon.
Mageddon.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was gonna go with Gate.
I mean, you could say Carmageddon. That might work.
Yeah. Traffic Gate doesn't sound that intense. Should we call Marissa Mays and just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Give us the update.
Yeah, give us the update. Kyle was saying during the break, people are calling to correct our understanding of power lines versus communication lines versus thin lines versus first down lines. Here's the thing. If it's on a power pole, it's a power line.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that guy.
Doesn't the communication line need power?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to have power to be on?
I'm sorry that I don't currently work at Comcast.
Yes.
And that I can tell you what different drops come to your house. I have no idea.
Yeah. Number one, get a new hobby. Whoever called in.
Number two.
Unless it was Danielle Tedesco or somebody like that. Like, thank you for correcting this.
Also,
anyone else, get a hobby.
Well, can we be real fair?
Sure.
Like, to be fair?
To be real fair.
Thank you. I really like the way you did that. Text that to the program. Also from the texter, fairly certain Fred didn't pick Dallas to win that game last night, despite what he just said and all the picks. Here's the thing. I did. And
you literally
did. I said it because I said, I'm not about to park my car in a parking lot full of Dallas Cowboys fans and not pick Dallas.
That's accurate. People get us confused a lot, and I don't know why.
It's too much.
We look different. We sound different. We're different shapes and sizes, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I was the idiot who picked the Chargers last night.
The only thing you and
I
I
did, in fact, choose the Cowboys.
Have in common is our Eskimo status.
That is correct.
Yes,
that is correct. Accurate. And our love of pictures of Bud Light at Howie's Sports page on Monday. We have that in common as
well.
How
are you Houston Astros right now?
I'm not doing great,
no,
Fred.
Neither are your Houston
I'm
Astros.
in a bad spot.
They refuse to score in a timely manner when they refuse to get big hits.
Teams who win the first two games of a 7-game series win the series 75% of the time.
Seems low.
Teams who win the first two games on the road win the series 86% of the time. So I'm not doing great as an Astros fan.
You're not going to win.
And the world loves this, by the way. If you're not from Houston or you didn't fall in love with the Killer Bees in the 90s and 2000s, the whole world is rooting against the Astros. So this is like, I get it. I get it, Yankees fan. Like, I know what it feels like. I know what it's like to be the bad guy.
If this helps you at all, the Yankees one time lost a series where they're up 3-0.
Yeah.
If
anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the Houston baseball Astros. They've been there. They've done it. They're experienced. They're battle tested, and they're just friggin' talented. And they whipped the Rangers all year during the regular season.
I mean, they only won like the season matchup. They only dominated them offensively. They only really shut down their most prominent hitters. They only on the last day of the season did a little whoop-de-woo move to show that they were the better team all year long, only on the very last day. With all that said, they are meeting their daddies. They're meeting their stepdaddies. They're meeting their older dads. They're meeting their second dads. They're meeting their other family's dads. They're meeting daddy-os. If you buy tickets to Duke City Championship Wrestling, you're sliding money into daddy's pockets, dccwtickets.com.
Keep going. We got time.
That's what they're doing.
Well, I don't mind telling you that the Houston Astros were the only team in the playoffs with a losing record at home. So they haven't had a lot of success at home this year, especially since the cheating scandal was over. But they are the best road team in baseball. So they don't scare. They do fine on the road. You know, Dallas has a bunch of passionate Rangers fans, and they get to hand the ball to Max Scherzer.
Sure.
With his heterochromatic husky puppy eyes. And so that's a pretty good problem to have. Going back home and handing it to a multiple Cy Young Award winner.
Gosh, you're so wrong. You're so incredibly jaded. You're so incorrect. Even if they're everything that you just said, even if they win 2 games on the road in Arlington against the Texas Rangers, even if all those things happen, they're only even at that point.
Right.
Even if they do the most extraordinarily unpredictable thing, they're only back to normal.
Right.
You can
down 2-0 is always bad.
That's the worst one you could be after 2.
Down,
if you play
down
2 of
2-0
them,
in your own house
yes,
is bad.
There are right now bootleg. They don't do this the way they used to. This used to be so cool. You didn't grow up in a big Major League Baseball city in your having money years.
Sure.
Okay. And also friends of the show who didn't grow up in a big Major League Baseball city during your spending money years, you might not get what I'm about to say, and you might not get just how cool it was. You right now in Arlington have guys outside the stadium that have paid off the guys that work the crosswalks.
Sure.
And they are selling T-shirts that say 6 more wins, baby. Like they are selling T-shirts like bootleggy boys.
Yeah.
And it's a T like minus an H equals.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. And it's all these fun, super crappy, wash it one time, it falls apart. Great memories.
You only want to wear it the once.
The once.
Yeah, the once. To that game.
To that one.
Houston, you have a problem.
Do you remember when the Athletics had their fan base do those T-shirts like very recently? It's like that, but it's like a micro scale, and it's only like on one. It's only on one corner,
right?
You know, and that is happening in Arlington because they haven't had that chance since 2011.
A guy who makes and sells the T-shirts like just crushes it for one day, and then he has to go back to his day job, probably selling drugs. You know the guy.
Remove the word probably.
Guys, we have a listener here who is on hold if you want to take a call.
Well, names help. Cal, what's up?
It's Lenny from yesterday.
Oh, friend of the show, Lenny. Okay, Lenny, welcome to the program.
Feel free to trash
now,
my Astros.
Let Lenny know that we are currently baseball-centric. Lenny, welcome.
How you doing? Well, my favorite shirt when I was living in New York, because the Mets weren't making the playoffs, I adopted the Yankees, was the Boston Red Sox suck shirt that we would sell outside the stadium.
Yep.
It's the best.
Yeah. Red Sox.
But it lasted more than one wash. I think it lasted 3. And then the sleeves got janky. But you know what? You know, that was a time when you had to do the heat transfer, so it was different.
It was a different time, Lenny. You're correct.
So let's give a little credit to Mitch Garver, Albuquerque resident.
Stud.
He's had six RBIs, 19 homers, 50 RBIs for the season. But the only way this class would have been better if Sergio would have been against Verlander.
Yeah.
But Houston having 50 wins, I think it was 50 wins on the road.
53.
That's just an anomaly. But Houston could look back over their shoulders and ask how Baltimore, Atlanta, and LA did.
Well, that's a good point.
Okay,
I mean,
this is the series. This is a series where Texas is a year early from where they should be, but they're going to the World Series, and Philly is the Jimmy Butler of basketball.
100%.
They step up for the playoffs.
Nick Castellanos is the dude. We're going to talk about Kyle Schwarber at length. We're going to talk about Bryce Harper, who yesterday turned 31, and then he blew out the candles on his fingers, and it was the coolest thing I ever saw.
So you're not wrong, dude.
Yeah, and no, it's great basketball. It's great baseball, and I know some of the purists are going to go, well, we didn't do it back then. Well, because no one thought of it back then.
Yeah, good point.
Right.
You have to reinvent the game, and baseball, by and large, if you see it live, is a boring game where you just go and hang out with friends.
A lot of truth.
Disagree.
We're on the same page.
I had season tickets for the Padres. We would just hang out. We missed a play. We looked up on the video screen and we saw the highlight again.
That's a sweet San Diego brag on a lifestyle.
That's
now it's a little
Cali
bit different.
vibes there.
They've speeded it up with the pitch count or with the clock and everything, and the batters have to get in, so you don't have them moving out. But this is the time of year where if you're going to watch baseball, you're going to watch it. Now, for ratings, it would have probably been better Houston and Philly. But
rematch.
Houston has taken over as this generation's New York Yankees, like you said. Everyone hates them. But the cheating scandal, there's only, 2 players left from that team?
Yeah, Bregman and Altuve.
Right. And if you want, I'll give you the jersey I had made that said cheaters with their numbers on the back, all 4 of them.
I'll wear it.
Yeah. Except I did it different I did the age of what they were for that season on the back for all 4 of them.
I mean, sure.
I just had a little fun and made the jersey, and it's an orange one.
Well, technically, there's only one person left from the cheating scandal.
Because
Jose
Altuve.
Altuve.
Okay, here we go.
Altuve and Josh Reddick didn't participate, but everyone else did.
I know, but Altuve was still there, so he's guilt by association.
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely. And he's the one that gets booed. I love it.
Lenny, we're going to break, but whenever we get back, we're continuing this conversation. Thank you for your call, brother. Obviously, we're going to talk a ton about the Phillies doing that thing early. Diamondbacks, I think, are going to end up being in trouble. We'll recap the hottest start I've ever seen to a Major League Baseball playoff game yesterday.
Bonkers.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $3.
You guys are clear.
Wendy's new Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
Well, traffic right now, both directions of I-40 are back up and moving, but we've still got a lot of slowdowns. Westbound on I-40, you're going to see slowdowns from Tramway all the way down to Coors. And eastbound on I-40, Louisiana to Tramway, traffic continues to move very slow there. Road work causing slowdowns both directions of I-25 near Avenida Cesar Chavez. Paseo headed west right now. You're going to see some slowdowns between I-25 and 2nd Street. Also seeing a lot of backups right now. Northbound San Mateo at Constitution. Be careful going through there.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
It's Trucktober at Malloy Ford in Los Lunas. During Ford Truck Month, get 1.9% financing plus $1,000 customer cash and $1,000 trade assistance on a new F-150. When you think Ford, think MalloyFord.com. With approved credit, see for details.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Celebrate Cherry Fridays with the Sports Animal. Every Friday before a home game, we're turning the town cherry. Join the Sports Animal for a t-shirt raid in the parking lot of one Albertsons somewhere in the city. Get your Lobo gear and home game tickets while supplies last. Join us from Albertsons on Isleta and Rio Bravo at 8 a.m. this Friday morning. Get there quick and help us paint the town cherry from 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Indigo Mortgage is proud to have served veterans with honesty and integrity for the last 20 years. And in these last 20 years, veterans have trusted Indigo Mortgage for purchases or refinances utilizing their VA home loan benefits. Indigo Mortgage is known in the veteran community to offer some of the lowest rates and fees in New Mexico. Veterans refer veterans, and we take that very serious, as they are trusting us to make sure their fellow vets get the best rates and fees on the market. Veterans know they can trust Indigo Mortgage, and we set ourselves apart from the big national lenders who are interested in profits rather than serving our veterans. And if you're a veteran looking for any kind of home loan, make sure to shop your mortgage around and be sure to shop your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage, serving veterans for the last 20 years. Reach us on the net at indigomortgage.net or by calling 836-5700. That's 836-5700. NMLS 231962 and 188-348.
At Granger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, I love this restaurant. Glad we got a table quickly. What does that sign say? Caution, wet floor? No, right next to it. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
With every other attorney out there claiming to be the right attorney for you, it's time we look at the facts. Lerner & Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people receive compensation for their injuries. We've recovered billions of dollars, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone.
Got a minute, guys.
There's Lerner & Rowe, then there's everybody else. Interact, need a check?
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state settlements. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you have, so it only makes sense that you protect and care for it. It's Jeff Symbieta, and I strongly suggest you call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. They are the best because they offer more than detailing. Their ceramic coating and paint protection film can help you maintain your car and keep it looking new. No more water, dirt, and mud stains, and their protective layering helps prevent UV oxidation damage from the intense sun. And to top it off, they also offer window tinting services and a lifetime warranties available. Visit OTSdetailing.com for info. That's OTSdetailing.com.
Susie Schuster and Amy Trask present offbeat conversations and expert sports commentary as they ask, what the football?
When my family found out how long it took me to figure out why Charles Woodson named his wine Intercept, they said, there's a reason that you had trouble in school.
You know, not everyone knows, when they think of a bottle of Intercept, they don't know that I play football.
Well, what I've learned is a smooth defensive back can make smooth wine.
That's what it's all about.
What the football? The podcast is available to
Here we go.
Yep. Listen.
Come armchair quarterback with the opening drive. Weekday mornings starting at 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The Phillies have oversold every single home game this postseason by at least 2,500 tickets.
Philly's on one right now, man. They look like the team of destiny this year in the playoffs. They got the 1-2 punch, really a pretty good 1-2-3 punch, starting pitchers, and then just a bunch of dudes all up and down that lineup.
Let's say there's like a first pitch of a game. What's like the best thing you could do with that?
Go up 1-0. That's pretty good to do.
Gosh. Do you remember a couple years ago when the National League went to the DH? And everyone was doing weird stuff. It was like, what's that cat's name that played with the Pirates? Vogelsong?
Yeah,
the big boy?
Yeah.
They're batting him lead off and stuff, and you're seeing all this like. So anyways, Phillies are like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we don't need base runners. We need runs.
You know who we need to have lead off?
Who's that?
The guy who hits under 200. That's like the most modern baseball logic you can see anywhere in the league. The guy, it's a perfect 3 true outcome player. Either hits a home run, strikes out, or gets a walk. Like his on base percentage is fantastic, but you wouldn't know it by looking at his batting average. This guy wouldn't have been able to play in the league a decade or more ago. You'd have been laughed off of the team.
He's not even hitting 250. You can't survive in Major League Baseball unless you're hitting at least 250.
Welcome, everyone, to the ballpark. We're excited for today's matchup. Leading off for the Philadelphia. And it's hit wide on the drive in the deep right field. It's a Schwarbaum. You don't get, and then you're done. The game was over at that moment. At that moment, because there are too many fans. There's too much possibility in that lineup. There's too much talent. And then Bryce Harper comes up and he's like, anything you can do, I can do better.
On his birthday, even.
I can do anything.
I was, we were obviously Monday. We're at Howie's sports page. I was talking to some friends of the show at the bar when the game started. First pitch, Kyle Schwarber donger. And I'm like, hey, Zach Gallen has been so good through this season and the playoffs. That might be the only run they have all game. Crack.
Oops.
Bryce Harper felt like an idiot immediately.
That Schwarber one. And I'm not a guy who super cares about like speed off the bat, blah, blah, blah. 117 miles per hour? Are you joking me?
And his O face after he hit it was a thing of beauty.
Bryce Harper then cracks a dinger. Also, yesterday, Bryce Harper's birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
People calling him does he have a cool nickname that I don't know about? Is he the natural? Does he have anything of this nature? Because I feel like for some dumb reason, he's been hated forever. And he is not to be hated.
He's a dude.
He's a full-on dude.
He's a full-on dude. I mean, he's got a little sprinkle of like douchey frat boy in his repertoire.
Oh, I disagree.
But he is an absolute dude. He plays his heart out. He's the best teammate.
He's got
to me, he's got like LeBron James vibes.
Yeah, and it's that Sports Illustrated Too Early stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not douchey frat boy. It's not that at all. What it is, it's better than you country club kid.
Sure.
What it is,
is
this is not going to hit with you because it's pro wrestling. The CM Punk, I've never done drugs, I've never drank, I'm better than you at this thing that I'm doing as a hobby that you're trying to do professionally. I'm Bryce Harper, baby.
I thought that dude sucked in real life. I thought he kind of sucked. That's a bad comp.
No, it's like a 60-40.
That's like
it's like a 60-40. We don't know. I mean, public perception is what it is.
Sure.
Better not show up at Survivor Series while I'm there. I'll be so mad. Please don't do that. Please don't show up at Survivor Series for the loudest pop of all time in your hometown of Chicago, Illinois, while I'm there in attendance. I'll just be so angry. Please don't do that, WWE.
The LeBron of baseball, I would say. Like you said, Sports Illustrated way too early.
Yep.
All the pressure, the whole world on his shoulders, and he's lived up to it every single year.
He started playing so young. Your kids can also start playing young here at the YMCA Central New Mexico. Registration for members starts 10/23. That's on Monday. If you're not a member, you got to wait till Tuesday, 10/24. But we're telling you to become a member. You can sign the family up for $68, man. That's all it takes for your $68 hair membership and a $15 jersey fee because you're going to keep that thing forever and wear it out. Volleyball leagues for kids 8 to 17, recreational basketball leagues, kids 6 to 9, advanced basketball leagues 8 to 13, and K Division basketball leagues for ages 4 to 5. That is the funnest, cutest stuff of all time. Don't forget, coaches, you can volunteer. Call Kyle at 505-595-1515 or Kyle Pietras, Petras, that's Kpetras at ymcacnm.org. Reach out, get your kids signed up. The short of it is, if you become a member through the family membership van, your kids play sports for free. That's basically it.
Just got to buy a shirt.
That's $15.
$15 for a shirt?
But Fred, my kids only like video games. They don't play sports. Good news. With YMCA's new eSports Lounge van, eSports leagues are happening this moment. Sign up, registration ends Friday, but it's kids 8 to 17. You have them come in. It's the coolest, most beautiful, fun room you'll ever see. They were telling, is it Rocket League, Smash Bros? Those are like the two, or is there other ones as well?
I think it's all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's like the two big ones.
Those are the two big ones.
Right.
So anyway, so that is launching now. Get your kids in early. And don't forget this Saturday, October the 21st, you can go down to Santa Fe Brewing, hang out at the Green Jeans. That's the one there on Cutler, Van. You're familiar with that?
I'm very familiar.
It is, it's going to be a laugh is what it's going to be. It is 8 years of Green Jeans with Santa Fe Brewery's partnership, and they want to donate to the Y. So $1 from every pint sold will be donated to the YMCA Scholarship Fund. Go down there, get food, get drink, do that thing. We're going to head down after our time at the Fall Festival this upcoming Saturday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. When we get back, we wrap up the first hour, continuing out our Major League Baseball talk, our CSs, as we give some predictions on tonight. Is I mean, it's Redtober in Philly. I mean, it's a special thing. I can feel it. They weren't that good during the season. This is the best part of baseball.
That's the best part of baseball, man. You crushed it. That's what October is all about, man. That one team that gets hot, you never see them coming, and especially when they got dudes like Bryce Harper on a team, it makes it even more fun.
John Traub will join us at 5 o'clock. The GM of your Albuquerque Isotopes talk about the sell of the team. That's a thing. That is a thing that happened today.
Yeah.
We regularly break bread with the Isotopes. We regularly break bread with front of the office employees. We regularly enjoy adult beverages. We had no idea.
Nope.
This one was kept tight to the chest.
Yep.
And everything we are about to learn about it, we're going to learn with you, friend of the show, here on air, because we don't know. John Traub will Join us, and we're going to ask every stupid question. 505-246-0610. Let us know. And we're double dipping into the United in the second half of the program as Chanel Weesey-Carl will join us because they got their big gala coming up, man. We'll talk a little bit about the United Gala. Also, David Weesey-Carl will join us in the 6 o'clock hour. Here's a thing. If you thought you heard two last, they're married.
They're married.
They're married. It is a family-run organization, the New Mexico United.
I mean, they're the power couple.
They're
of
that
soccer.
thing. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
They're that thing no one else is trying to be.
And they're crushing it.
If you and I wanted to be the power couple of soccer, they would be in trouble.
Well, I think we're the power couple of sports entertainment.
Adjacent. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Boost.
Clear.
Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the wireless offer from Boost Infinite. For more, just pick up your phone and dial pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250 and Boost Infinite. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text message from this station's network.
Well, traffic right now. Things continue to move slow on I-40. Westbound I-40, slowdown started tramway. They go all the way down until Coors. Eastbound I-40 also moving very slow right now between San Mateo and Juan Tabo. Dealing with slowdowns both directions of I-25 right now near Cesar Chavez. That is due to some road work in that area. Paseo westbound between I-25 and 2nd Street. Traffic moving slow there. Southbound on Tramway, we've got slowdowns between Manal and Central. Also westbound on Lomas from Wyoming to San Mateo. Traffic moving slow there as well.
Day of the Tread. The Day of the Dead themed bike event is October 28th and 29th. The Boss K Bone Shaker Gravel Ride offers 3 distances. Our road event has distances for all ages and skill levels. Go to dayofthetread.com for more info.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Zach Gelb with CBS Sports Minute. After the 2019 season, Tom Brady knew he didn't have the proper pieces in New England to win another Super Bowl. Brady signed with Tampa and won it all. Bill Belichick's future in New England is uncertain, and he should want a divorce from Robert Kraft because it's likely the Chargers will need a new coach this offseason, and Bill needs a better team. Belichick to the Chargers seems like a super match, and it's something that both parties should want. But will the Pats let it happen? I'm Zach Gelb.
Celebrate Cherry Fridays with the Sports Animal. Every Friday before a home game, we're turning the town cherry. Join the Sports Animal for a t-shirt raid in the parking lot of one Albertsons somewhere in the city. Get your Lobo gear and home game tickets while supplies last. Join us from Albertsons on Isleta and Rio Bravo at 8 a.m. this Friday morning. Get there quick and help us paint the town cherry from 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restrooms, stocked and ready when you need them. Workday together at Cintas.com for the workday.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
Sam knows.
Minute and a half.
They search for a pizza near me. Sam also knows if Sam's Pizza doesn't prominently appear when that map returns with pizza shops, well, then Sam's Pizza is not on the map.
Cumulus Boost can help by consistently managing Sam's online listings, managing reviews, and dozens of other things the search engine uses to put businesses on the map. Cumulus Boost helps make sure Sam gets the click. Cumulus Boost. Get on the map. CUMULUSBoost.com.
At Granger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for
I
every
totally
industry,
remember now. Yeah.
with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help.
Well, since
So
I
you
don't
can
have a
get the
Facebook
right
page, I
answers
can't, like,
and
click on it
products
and, like,
right
see it.
when you need them. Call, clickgranger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach. Wake up with the opening.
Here we go.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Van, what's a noble tiger?
Oh, why are you rubbing this in? No outs, bases loaded, team fails to score a run.
No outs, bases loaded, ends with team incapable of getting easy run.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, noble tiger. Why do I ask that?
Oh, maybe because it happened to my beloved Astros last night.
Are you
Is that
talking-
why you asking?
Are you saying that because Brantley singled and then McCormick singled and then Pena reached on an air and then Diaz struck out? But then after that, Altuve struck out and just for fun, Alex Bregman grounded out? Is that why you're saying that?
Yeah. That one hurt. I knew that one was going to be the one that turned around not only that game, but the whole series. And boy, did they choke that one away.
Everyone, get in here. We're making fun of the Astros. Hey, everyone, join the party. We're loving it.
Watch what you wish for, brother.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
The Astros can turn it right back on with the best of them. They can go in again. I will say this again.
Mhm.
They're the best road team in baseball. They have been choking at home all year. If anyone's going to do it, it's this incantation of the Houston baseball Astros.
Can I give a fun inside radio real quick?
Please.
I tell you during the break what we're going to come back to, and then I hit you with weird stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
And it's so fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You're like, cool. We're past the Astros part. We're going to talk some others. We're not.
Oh, we can just do it for 3 hours. That's fine.
I love it. I love watching you squirm. I love watching you loser cheaters get what you deserve.
Reformed loser cheaters, by the way.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate about you?
Look, Astros aren't just the bad guys. They're the good guys for all of baseball.
No, they're not.
Because the Astros organization fell on the sword so they didn't have another league-wide scandal. The Astros are the good guys in this situation. The Houston baseball Astros took one for the entirety of Major League Baseball. Could you imagine the scandal if it was exposed that dozens of teams in Major League Baseball were all cheating, were all doing the exact same thing the Houston Astros were doing?
You know
that
what-
would be a scandal of epic proportion.
You know what you're doing?
And the Astros fell on the sword.
You're creating excuses and
Yes,
false narrative.
That's exactly what
and
I'm
you're
doing.
projecting.
Let me do it.
And you are not allowing us to celebrate Bryce Harper's fourth home run of the postseason on his 31st birthday, where he rounded third and he held up three fingers and he held up one finger on two different hands and he blew out the candles of his fingers right in front of the catcher. We're not able to celebrate that because you're over here in perma mourning about your losers, and we're not able to get on this program and talk about Craig Kimbrell's weird elbow who's never blown a save in the postseason. I couldn't tell you how many attempts he has, but you know his name, and you know it's enough that it's qualifying that I say that. Then we're not talking about that, and we're not talking about how Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber both hit 420-foot dongers, 420, nice, and how Nick Castellanos is no longer just a meme anymore. He's a legit ball player, and we're celebrating these squads because you were over here with your head buried in your pillow, drinking your sorrows away at Howie's sports page last night.
I did way too much of that last night.
Wiping the tears from your eyelids and the drools from your hip mustache.
Thank you very much for that. At least you sprinkled in one compliment, and that was very big of you. I'm in a bad spot, man.
You're not good.
I'm not doing great. So that's why I'm obviously making excuses and projecting and using every bit of baseball logic I have that the Astros are going to turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
But they can. They're a very capable baseball team. They can do it, Fred.
What's it like to know what the Orioles feel like?
I mean, look, I'm not taking it whether they turn it around this season or not. Whether they do it or not, I'm not going to take for granted how spoiled I've been as a baseball fan.
Why? Because you have 7 straight ALCSs?
7 straight ALCSs. It's never happened before. This is unprecedented in the history of baseball, especially modern baseball. The run that this team is on, I'm not taking it for granted. I've been so spoiled. My childhood team has been crushing it, fastly approaching a decade of dominance. They got a guy from Albuquerque there. They got people from all around the world on this team.
Yeah.
I am so lucky to be an Astros fan, to grow up in Houston. Not so much that part, but being an Astros fan, it's just so peak right now. I love it. And they're making a comeback.
You done lying?
Yeah, I think I'm done. To myself mostly.
Why are
but
they
also to thousands of people listening right now, probably still stuck in traffic?
There's only 2 things that are currently happening. One, the Rangers figured them out. That's one really possible thing. Where the Rangers said, we know this thing about the Astros that no one else knows, and we didn't bother to, number 1, tell anyone. Number 2, use it when we knew it earlier in the season.
all season?
Just in case.
Okay.
You don't think that's a possibility?
No.
Oh, I do. I think they're holding something.
Game 1, Justin Verlander threw an absolute gem.
Okay, got hit on
6 2/3, 2 earned runs. The Astros just didn't score.
That's the thing they know.
That's like some magic formula.
They didn't score last night.
They didn't just they scored 4 runs.
Not enough.
Yeah, 1 short. Yeah, and then Framber Valdez, who's been lights out all year, gives up 4 runs in the first. He usually starts and ends strong. This is the same Framber Valdez that had 24 straight quality starts last year and another 20 this year. He doesn't give up big innings. They got one over on him.
John Traub joins us when we get back from the break.
I'm not in good shape.
Normally we would ask like John about like Major League Baseball playoffs. We'd ask him about all those things. We can't today. There's literally too much Isotopes news.
You don't think he's going to take a jab at my Astros? I know John well enough that he's going to sprinkle something in.
No.
Okay, fine.
I think,
all biz it is.
I think he will enjoy making fun of you.
Yeah, sure.
But he knows
fruit.
you personally. There's a lot of other things he could say.
Fair.
You're not a good person and you deserve this. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You guys are clear.
Well, I sent you John's number.
This message brought to you by the Bernalillo County Clerk's Office.
Got it.
This November's election is about important choices that need to be made.
Like choosing who will represent your neighborhood.
This is your Bernalillo County Clerk, Linda Stover. Of all the choices you have in this election, the most important choice is to vote on or before November 7th. Learn more at berncoclerk.gov.
Well, traffic right now. Things continue to move slow on I-40. Westbound I-40, slowdown started tramway. They go all the way down until Coors. Eastbound I-40 also moving very slow right now between San Mateo and Montebeau. Dealing with slowdowns both directions of I-25 right now near Cesar Chavez. That is due to some road work in that area. Paseo westbound between I-25 and 2nd Street. Traffic moving slow there. Southbound on Tramway, we've got slowdowns between Manal and Central. Also westbound on Lomas from Wyoming to San Mateo. Traffic moving slow there as well.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer.
Warning. If you are 60 or older, RSV can be a dangerous respiratory virus.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. This message is brought to you by Pfizer.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Like I always say, after any alleged big Cowboy win in the big Mike McCarthy era, that win had nothing to do with big Mike McCarthy. Once again last night, the Cowboys won in spite of Big Mike, and they won in spite of their 11 penalties. They won in spite of their brutal punt muff in the fourth quarter. They won even though they didn't even play that well. It's tough to say how exactly they did walk out of SoFi with a win last night, other than to say the Cowboys were playing the Chargers. And as much as this is a Chargers house, I simply cannot sit here and act like that's a team.
John's here.
Thank you.
And a club that knows how to finish. In fact, they're just the opposite. They're 2-3, and all 3 of their losses have been by 3 points or less. So despite all that talent and pedigree and that roster, they consistently find ways to lose games, not win them.
All In Autographs, Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination, is proud to sponsor the Las Vegas Raiders football. We're your local source for all things Raiders, from jerseys with your favorite OG players to autographs of the greats. Stop in today. All In Autographs is located at 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in the Hoffman Town Square off Wyoming.
Got a minute, guys.
Line at allinautographs.com. That's allinautographs.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, we are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque.
Now is not the time to take your home or business security for granted. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service, IPS. Not only does IPS provide standing guards and armed patrols, we also install alarms, cameras to detect criminal activity, and smart technology to control access to your facility. At IPS, we'll monitor your system. When we see something suspicious, we'll send someone to check it out. A winning combination to prevent you from being victimized. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. IPS, passionate about your security.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9.
Here we go.
M610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us. Now betting for the sports animal. Your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
We're back on the program. Thank you for staying with us while you're singing in your car on Highway 40. Joining us on the Sports Animal Hotline, friend of the show hotline, our personal friend, our professional mentor, Van. John Traub joins us, GM of the Albuquerque Isotopes. John, how are you, brother?
Hey, Fred, how's it going?
Doing good, my man. Thank you for taking time out of your time to make time for us. But I think in my 6 years of sports broadcasting here in the city of Albuquerque, this might be the biggest story I've ever seen as the Albuquerque Isotopes announced new owners, Diamond Baseball Holdings. John, help me and the friends of the show understand what is going on with the ball club. Do I need to worry about changes? Do I need to be excited about changes? Paint a picture for me that I will understand, please.
So first of all, Fred, Ken Young and his partners have owned the club for 20 plus years, ever since the team moved from Calgary back following the 2022 or the 2002 season, I should say. They were approached by Diamond Baseball Holdings, a group that has purchased now up to about 25 different minor league baseball teams, and they're looking to grow that number before opening day next year. And it's a group of established industry veterans who I've known for 10 plus years, and very good people. And Ken and his partners felt it was the right time to sell the club. But as far as what fans need to be concerned with or wonder about, the day-to-day operation of the club is going to remain exactly what it's been. The expectation levels from the fans can be exactly what they've been for the last 2 decades plus. We are going to be operating the same way. All of our staff, including myself, everybody is staying in place, and it's a really exciting time because this group brings with them a tremendous amount of resources, and hopefully we're going to see some different events at the ballpark. They've already approved the investment of some new LED auxiliary scoreboards that are going to be put in before next season.
Let's go.
So it's going to be a great scenario, and I'm also happy to say that Ken Young is going to be staying involved with the club, and so I'm thrilled about that because we've established a very tight relationship over the last 20 to 25 years.
Oh, John, it's a very smart move, them keeping the front office in place. We know how fantastic you are and what you mean to the Albuquerque and surrounding areas, community, so we're glad you're staying with. But what does this transfer of ownership mean for the fan experience? Is there anything going to be different?
I got to be honest with you, Van. There's not going to be a whole lot different. Ken Young will still be at the ballpark. He'll still be mingling with the fans as he has always done. Ken is such a respected leader and owner and mentor in the game. DBH, Diamond Baseball Holdings, is wise enough to know how much value Ken has.
Sure.
And they're also wise enough to know that we've got a pretty darn good thing going in Albuquerque, and they don't need to come in here and upset the apple cart, so to speak. So they're all about staying local, being local, and letting us do the things that we've done for the last 2+ decades to be successful as we have been.
Now, John, I don't necessarily know if every friend of the show knows the Colorado Rockies don't own the Isotopes. The Colorado Rockies, they pay the players and like the training staff and the coaches, and that's their involvement with the AAA affiliate. Is that going to change? Is it still going to be the Rockies? Is there any chance there's going to be another Major League Baseball team shopped for the team? Okay.
No, Vance or Fred. So what happens is the agreements between the minor league clubs and the major league affiliate, those were all 10-year agreements that were all signed prior to the 2021 season. So that agreement goes through the 2030 season. So the Isotopes will remain as the AAA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies for some time to come. The team's not moving anywhere. We're not changing our name. We're not changing major league affiliates. And you're absolutely correct. We are, the club was not owned by the major league club. In some situations, they are still. There are some in minor league baseball that are owned by the major league club, but the Isotopes have never been in that situation.
Can you unpackage a little bit what Diamond Baseball Holdings does? Because I'll be really honest, haven't heard of them until I got the press release today.
Sure. So Diamond Baseball Holdings, Van, owns a myriad number of teams, from AAA teams, AA teams, and so forth throughout the industry. The new rules that were put into place a couple of years ago allow for multiple ownership of multiple clubs. So this group is part of a larger group called Silver Lake, and they are involved in things like the World Wrestling Foundation. And just to give you a little bit of name recognition there, they own so many different things. You can go online and see what the Silver Lake portfolio is. But the DBH people, the CEO is a gentleman by the name of Peter Freund, and Peter owned the Memphis Redbirds for quite a while. He's owned some minor league soccer teams. He still, I believe, owns one in somewhere in London or somewhere in England. But he's also a minority shareholder of the New York Yankees. So we're not talking about brand new people who have never been involved in the sports industry. We're talking about, and Pat Battle, the other person who is at the ownership level of DBH, he founded the retail chain Fanatics, and also started the whole college licensing program with merchandise and all kinds of stuff that has become such a big thing in our country with retail sales. So these guys know what they're doing, and we're excited to be part of their family and to have the resources available that they've made available to all their other clubs as well.
Well, and to dive into those resources, for example, I know DBH owns the Memphis Redbirds. I know they own the Springfield Cardinals. The Springfield Cardinals, for instance, Van, I don't know if you know this, but Springfield, Missouri, where Missouri State is, they train groundskeepers every year. They have a degree in groundskeeping, right? If you're looking for a groundskeeper, John, do you now have a resource pool that you didn't previously have to bring in the most talented people in the country to help the Isotopes product?
So number one, we're not looking for a new groundskeeper.
No, you're not. That's an example.
but using your analogy, you are absolutely right. I mean, in some fashion, because the way that our industry works, we're already tied in very closely with so many other clubs. But now, for people, even for some of our own employees who might be looking for advancement, this might provide some opportunities for them to get on as a GM with a AA club or even a AAA club somewhere, because you're already kind of within the family. And of course, we're looking for a sales manager. So now all of a sudden we have a built-in stack of resumes, I guess, or at least
Lost John for just 1 second there.
know one another, so we can call each other and say, hey, I'm looking for such and such. Do you have somebody who might be a good fit? So I think it's a great opportunity on all fronts for the employees, but then also for the club itself, because we're always looking for people.
The competitive edge, right? I love the game. I love the industry. I'm a fan of the game. If your new ownership is, for example, also in the ownership group of the Oklahoma City Dodgers, how does that work with competitive on the field? Is there any sort of change in how you guys do schedules? Is there any sort of change moving forward in how these teams will match up when they play?
Not in the least.
Good.
And, as minor league, one of the great things about minor league baseball, Fred, has been we do compete on the field, but there is no competition off the field, if you will. So we're all trying to help one another, et cetera. But you know what? The players for the Oklahoma City Dodgers, they're not employees of DBH. They're employees of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
Our players are employees of the Colorado Rockies. So nothing changes there whatsoever. It's just maybe the GMs happen to get together and go out for a couple of cocktails when they're together every so often.
John, obviously, DBH saw a lot of value in the Albuquerque Isotopes organization. Like, conversely to what you said about them being a resource, will you also be a resource to them, maybe a training ground for their employees, et cetera?
You know what? Then we'll make ourselves available in whatever fashion they want. If we can provide some assistance, I've been doing this for close to 40 years. As I've always done, if somebody has questions or if I can be a resource to help somebody or to help another club improve, then I'm more than happy to lend whatever knowledge I can. But, the beauty, like I said earlier, about minor league baseball is that it is so collaborative. We all are friends and we all compare notes and figure out how to do things bigger and better. And that's what we're hoping is going to be the case. If they want us to get involved in some larger scale fashion, and organize some kind of meeting or seminar or whatever, yeah, we'll do whatever, because we have the best staff in baseball, and I'll go to bat with them any day of the week. And I'm just so happy that all those folks are staying on, and that we have such talent and such camaraderie and cohesiveness. And you guys can see that with some of the great promotions and some of the great initiatives that we do. So we have a lot to offer the industry, but we also have so much to offer the community, and we're going to continue to do that. That's always been our number one focus, and it's going to continue to be that way.
John Trop, thank you so much, brother, for taking the time. Like we said, we didn't know. We had no. And if you wanted to, you could show them this process. And if you don't want to, we understand as well. And Van was the first call I made, and he said, "Why are you asking me anything? Call John." Okay.
Well, together, and they're not done until they're done. And quite frankly, this deal still has to be, the I's dotted, T's crossed as far as Major League Baseball's ultimate ownership. That's expected to be taking place here pretty soon. But, our focus is putting on the great show for the fans, no matter who the owners are. There's a lot of our fans who have no idea who the ownership. They probably think I'm the owner of the team. Right. And trust me, I'm not the owner of the team, but I operate it, and our staff operates it as if it is our own. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've been successful. There's a lot of reasons why, but you know what, guys, when it comes to next season, March 29th, opening night, or it's going to be a Friday night, Ken Young will be there, our staff will be there, and hopefully the fans will be there, and we'll have some nice weather, and we can enjoy the start of our first season in Albuquerque.
John Traub, thank you so very much, brother.
All right, guys. Good to talk to you.
Appreciate you, John.
Well, he did very good.
Oh, only always.
This Diamond Baseball Holdings, I don't know how familiar you are with it. It's incredible.
Okay.
It is like what are we, 2023? I bet it's 2 years.
Yeah.
And 50-50 on what I'm about to say. I'm 50-50 excited because I love upstarts. I love the young professionals they'll bring in. I love the money they'll insurge. But like anything, you got to give me 1 year. And I trust in John Traub.
Yeah,
and I trust
absolutely.
in the Isotopes. I need 1 year to absorb. Because I know whenever the Memphis and Springfield teams, because I'm a Cardinals guy, that's where all my best professional associations are literally in St. Louis Cardinals radio. And I've heard that these guys got you. They got you the whole way. And I'm like, okay, that's where I was like, but do they have the fans? Because that's the only thing I super worry about is like, does Diamond Baseball Holdings know exactly how fortunate we are to lead the PCL in attendance? And I believe we were like AAA Franchise of the Year in 2018. And again, I'm not trying to even, but I want Diamond Baseball Holdings to come out in March, hang out for the week, come out here on our 4th of July, come out on our mariachis. Maybe they were last year. Maybe I don't know.
Sure.
But like, make sure you understand that this thing that you are now the owner of, civically and culturally, everyone in town feels like they're a little bit of the owner of the Isotopes too.
Sure.
It's a big deal to me.
And being involved with Silver Lake as well. Silver Lake is a giant conglomerate. Here I'm seeing, I did my little due diligence real quick. 88 billion in assets.
Yeah.
Generates 254 billion of revenue annually. Almost employs 600,000 people across the world. This is a giant corporation.
Not going to be without funds.
Yeah.
Well, and on the sports side, like, hey, and I'm barely scratching the surface of my understanding of this thing. Sidearm Sports runs their website. That's owned by Learfield. Learfield, if you're a New Mexico sports fan, University of New Mexico fan, currently, if you're formerly University of New Mexico, now currently New Mexico State, Learfield runs all of their like properties, all their sports, all their outward looking. They don't anymore. It's a company called Playfly now over at UNM. But Learfield is the one, like, in the nation.
Right.
Like, you're already partnering with the best guys on every aspect of what you're using. Sidearm Sports, like, for instance, that was the interface when I ran New Mexico Highlands University. Like, this is your data collection. This is your outward presenting. This is all your stuff. And it's not a joke. Like, this is, from everything I'm immediately seeing, this is big city money. This is big city ideas. And our city, which is becoming a big city.
Sure.
Albuquerque, big city? Almost 1 million people.
Adjacent.
Yeah. And that's tough for, like, friend of the show. I know we're going long, Cal. I'm sorry. But that's tough for a friend of the show who grew up here celebrating the Dukes, who grew up here when this was a quote unquote small town. Before we got us in Denver were the exact same population in 1971. And look what happened in Denver, blah, blah, blah. We're on our way now. Like, Albuquerque's almost there. Netflix sees it. Universal Studios sees it. Facebook sees it. Amazon sees it. Diamond Baseball Holdings sees it. Get ready. Get super ready. And also, don't think for a second, and we're not going to talk to the United later about the stadium. We're just going to talk about the playoffs and stuff and their big fundraiser. Don't think for a second that a company this big is going to have the second best stadium in town. Don't think that for a second. Watch the money pour in.
Yep.
Not your tax money, citizen. Watch the money pour in. I'm about it.
It's a big deal. It's such a big deal. We didn't even mention the Savannah Bananas to John.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how big of a deal it is.
The only thing we should be talking about.
Yes. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. And I was like, well, probably should stay focused on the sale.
I spent all weekend with Josh Sushan doing that New Mexico Military Institute football game.
Sure.
Forrest Stolting was with us, who runs like the public, the media stuff for the Isotopes. The whole time I'm like, what do I got to do to play? What do I get in the game? What fundraiser do I need? How much money do I need to make? What do I got to? And they're like, Fred, please shut up.
Yeah.
Please talk about football. We're talking about football today.
Hey, John did a good job of having these guys keep it close to the vest too, because we haven't heard peep. And
No.
we're friends with these guys.
Like we
were literally with Forrest last night.
We're shoot friends.
Sure, yeah.
That's how this industry is. And also, maybe the phrase we hear the most. I don't know if a friend of the show even cares about this. Maybe the phrase we hear the most is "off the record." Off
Right.
the record.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got it. We're off the record.
Mm-hmm. Not even those convos.
Could have introduced me here. I'm getting a press release. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm everyone else now. Now I know. It's only my feelings. Don't worry about it. Get back from the break. We continue today. We are just 12 short minutes away from Chanel. We see Carl joining us. We're going to talk about the big foundation fundraiser that the Somos Unidos is doing. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Obviously, we're going to jump into the world of NFL football as we so barely scratched the surface of recap over the weekend. Also, Van, I'm undefeated in fantasy football. I'm not trying to be that guy right now, but everyone wants to be me. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Brought to you by Tomasita.
Clear as guys.
Or
Sorry
mess
we
with
went
the
long.
chili.
It's all right.
To spice up your lunch routine with some red or green chili from Tomasitas. They never mess with the chili. Weekday lunches are always quick and convenient at Tomasitas Albuquerque. Tomasitas is located at I-25 and Jefferson in front of Century Rio.
Traffic right now dealing with a number of slowdowns here in the metro. Westbound I-40, Eubank to Unser continues to move slow. We're also dealing with a crash in there as well. Westbound I-40 at University, and that is blocking your right lane. So be aware of that if you're headed through there. Eastbound on I-40, meanwhile, slowdowns continue between Wyoming and Juan Tabo. Also, both directions of I-25 right now near Cesar Chavez, going slow there. That is due to some road work. Headed west on Paseo right now, I-25 to Coors. Traffic moving slow there. Also slow down southbound on I-25 from Osuna to Montgomery. And also dealing with quite a bit of congestion right now southbound on Tramway. It's going to start around Manal. It'll last until Lomas. Clark's Pet Emporium has always been your furry pet's favorite stop. Clark's also has the largest selection of fish. New Mexico's own Clark's Pet Emporium on Lomas, west of San Mateo, Manal at Juan Tabo, and at clarkspets.com. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Come to the UNM Howl Zone. 3.5 hours before kickoff for each home game with backyard games, inflatables, food, drinks, music, and more.
Hand him off to the deep man, Merritt. Oh, makes a man a miss. He's outside the numbers to the 15. He's to the house.
Come celebrate with New Mexico's station for football.
First career Lobo touchdown, 27 yards.
95.9 FM and AM 610.
Unbelievable.
The sports animal.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
At Granger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly.
It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner & Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. We have thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state settlements. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard.
Here we go. Here we go.
Right now at 888-922-0610.
Go.
Back on the program, back live at the Horn YMCA, adjacent to the intersection of Indian School and San Mateo, 505-246-0610. Text your boys if you're off the highway. That's what we want to know about. Sports Animal text line. Did you make it home? And if so, how?
And how long have you been listening today while in traffic? I want to see you want to set a new record.
Is this the day you caught us for more than your normal 15-minute commute? And you're like, do these guys even like each other?
I lived in Albuquerque for 15, about to be 16 years. And today was literally the longest stretch that I've been in my car, stuck in my car. I don't go over the river to the west side during rush hour, so I miss out on that one. But this is the longest I've ever been in my car was today. 1 hour and 6 minutes to get from the Heights to Midtown. It was awful.
Do you believe any of those decibel level things that stadiums?
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. I know that they keep it a little close to the chest and they might leak it out a decibel at a time just so you feel like you're the special rose that grew from concrete that you're yelling specifically set the record. And then whoever goes to the next game gets to be that person too. So yeah, kind of ish.
Guy on Twitter brought one.
Ooh.
Yes.
In Philly?
In Philly.
Okay.
So at Citizens Bank Park. And I don't know about calibration.
Sure.
I don't know if this is a one you got off Temu.
Right.
Like I have no idea. But topped out at 111 decis when Harper hit that home run.
Oh my.
You're like, Freddie, I don't know anything about decibels.
Mm-hmm.
What does that equate to? Holding a chainsaw right next to your ear.
Okay.
That's what that equates to.
Okay.
But right next to your ear.
That is right below the threshold of ear pain and damage. A jet engine is only 10 more decibels than that.
There's going to be an entire generation of deaf Philly fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I went to the World Series in 2017, the Astros were trailing, and George Springer hit a bomb to make it a game again, and that place went bonkers. Like, I was deaf for about, 10, 15 minutes. After that, it was like you can feel the energy in the air. Like, the air was shaking.
Mm-hmm.
The building was shaking.
Yes.
Like, I was so caught up in the moment that I really wasn't scared. But then once like the adrenaline wore off, I was like, that was like legit scary. Like I had this like feeling in the back of my head that this building might collapse on all of us right now.
I grew up near a drag race strip, and my mom was the pit like announcer, the car 81, car 84, like whatever, like you know what I'm talking about. So we grew up with this drag race thing. It's not that loud.
No.
The drag race strip is not as loud as what we're talking about. Also, if you're a Philly fan right now, because you know how Philly fan is, they're all seeing this tweet and they're all like, gotta pump those numbers.
Yeah. We got to break it.
We got to break it.
We got to break it every single game. And Philly fans, for all of their faults, are like real sports fans. They really care.
Yeah,
they're not Dodgers fans showing up in the third inning. These guys have been tailgating all day.
Correct.
They're in there for the very first pitch.
You meant to say all week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, their lives. Yeah, it's not like Dodgers fan showing up in the third inning. It's not like Yankees fans selling their tickets to some corporate entity. Like, these people really care. Like, they really care. So they will absolutely bring their A game every single game.
We tell you how to help the community with the New Mexico United whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is
Thanks, guys.
Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Traffic right now, we still got a whole lot of slowdowns both directions of I-40, but westbound on I-40, those slowdowns start at Wyoming. They're going to last until Unser. There's also a crash mixed in there westbound on I-40 at
You want me to get her on now, Fred?
Yeah, please.
Be really careful going through there. Also, eastbound I-40 continuing to have slowdowns between Wyoming and Juan.
Talking about the Braves.
Headed west on Paseo this afternoon. You're going to see slowdowns starting at I-25. They last until Coors. Also, westbound in Alameda, traffic's moving slow between 2nd Street and the river. Southbound I-25, a couple of slow spots. The first between Osuna and Montgomery. The second just south of the interchange. And that slowdown will last until Cesar Chavez. Also, right now, seeing quite a bit of slowdown southbound Tramway. That's going to start around Manal. It'll last until
We have to go
Lomas.
way back on this.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Undefeated UNC is a big road favorite. I'm Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. North Carolina and Heisman candidate Drake May welcome Virginia to town after a Week 7 win versus Miami. The Tar Heels are a 23.5-point home favorite, but BetQL thinks that's a little steep. BetQL has UVA plus 23 in the hook as a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and
Blake's Lottaburger has been a New Mexico favorite since 1952. They use the best ingredients like their very own Hatch green chili and fresh premium beef patties. And they cook your food fresh when you order it. Blake's Lottaburger, the first there was, the best there is.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional grade supplies for every industry, even hard to find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month
We got less than a minute. Chanel's here.
now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-989-8906 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-989-8906. That's 800-989-8906. What do you?
Here we go, guys.
800-989-8906. Again, 800-989-8906.
Gotta be kidding me, dude.
Jim Rowe.
Dude, don't make me block you. Don't be the first.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back on the program, back live from the Horn YMCA. Come hang out with your boys if you can brave the traffic. I just heard some YMCAers talking. They said, still can't get through.
So if you want to come see us, leave
yesterday
now, and we'll see you 5 minutes before they close.
Joining us on the program, friend of the show, Chanel Weesey, Carl. Chanel, welcome.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing well, laughing a lot, talking about you. Obviously, as the Someone Unidos Foundation has their big fundraiser coming up. What's going on, friend, and how can we and the friends of the show help?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm glad we're laughing together. You're not laughing at me. You know, I just got here, so give me a break. No, thanks for the question. Yeah, so we're having our second annual gala for the Somos Unidos Foundation. For those of your listeners who may not know, that is the nonprofit arm of New Mexico United. So we're the big hitters on the community engagement side, even though community is part of, the work of everybody at New Mexico United. And so on October 27th, we're gathering at Sandia Resort and Casino for a night of multiverse chic impact, lots of great auction items, lots of fun, lots of celebrations of us being in the playoffs, and just a night unlike you've ever seen. It's like Meow Wolf night at a United game, but at the next level.
Chanel, I was there last year for the first one, and it was an absolute blast. Thanks for having me. What are we going to expect from last year to this year?
Sure. So we're keeping all the fun elements that we heard people really enjoyed. So the metaverse chic dress code, first of all. I'm sure people are going to be leveling up their costumes this year as it is the Friday of Halloween weekend. So that just gives us even more license to let our freak flags fly and really dress festive. And so some of the awesome costumes and gear that you've seen in the past, we're expecting that to be at the next level. I know that our staff is certainly, ready to bump that up. And then we have a fun new team component this year that I think is going to get really everyone's competitive, side going. When attendees enter and do their registration for the ball, they're going to be assigned a team. They're going to get an emblem. They're going to have a whole backstory related to that team. So automatically they're going to be kind of sorted into a house, so to speak. And there'll be different, monetary and non-monetary ways for them to accumulate points for their team throughout the entire evening. So it's kind of like, a Harry Potter house or a Game of Thrones house meets, that metaverse. We're going through the portal to another dimension. It's going to be really sweet. We are going to have some Meow Wolf actors and performers in the mix. So it'll just be a really cool immersive experience. That's what we're going for. An event unlike you've been to before, not your same rubber chicken, even though we know, those have their place too. We're a nonprofit. We're trying to raise money for our programs so we can make a bigger impact across the state of New Mexico.
So a scavenger hunt meets Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, meets the metaverse, meets Meow Wolf, meets a ball, meets a gala, meets a lot of delicious cocktails.
If you put me on a team with a van, for me personally, it would be meets an escape room. I'm trying to get away from van. I would sabotage on purpose. I would want the finish last award.
Put us in different houses for sure.
It is Friday, October the 27th. Is that correct?
Correct. At Sandia Resort and Casino.
5:30 to 11 p.m. Silent live auction. Obviously, the cocktails, all that immersive stuff you were talking about. But to be fair, there's dinner. There's an after party. There's kind of all the things that were really successful last year. How do friends of the show reserve a table? How do they reserve a seat? What do they do?
Yeah, visit theballnm.com. All the information and ways to purchase tables and tickets are there. If you don't have your 10 people for a whole table, no issue. We can do individual tickets just as well. And you can be placed at a table where you can make some new friends. It's going to be a great room. We've heard from our small business friends up to our corporate partners that they're all really excited to be in a room, connecting with one another, getting to meet new people, maybe making some business happen. So we're happy to be a catalyst for all the friendships and deals that come from this magical evening.
Individual tickets as low as $200. You can get a table of 10 van for $2,000. So get all your friends together. go out and support. It's theballinm.com, and then you obviously just kind of click through there and get to where you need to be. Make sure, Chanel, that our friends of the show know who you support in your foundation. How does it help the kids in the community, and who are those kids?
Yeah, so first and foremost, our core mandate is that we keep the New Mexico United Academy team, which is our high school age competitive level, who are getting coaching from, the top level that you can get. Really, like our first team coaches spend some of their time with the academy, and these kids have gone on throughout the years now to play D1, to get college scholarships, to sign professional contracts, like in the case with Christian Nava. And so our mandate is to make sure they never have to pay to be part of that program, and dismantle that concept of pay to play that is pervasive in a lot of club sports, and certainly in club soccer, and it's a challenging system. So we're just trying to do our part in our corner of the world to make sure that any New Mexican has the talent, has the opportunity to really realize their excellence and go as far as they possibly can. So that's us pouring into soccer and making soccer the beneficiary of what we do. But a lot of what we do outside of that is actually using soccer as the vehicle for community change itself. So school visits and free community soccer clinics, and getting our first team and academy players out into the community, meeting kids. I like to say putting the shield to work. The shield has meant so much to so many of us. And as adults, we have the vocabulary to express it and to share it with one another. And we know it's changed lives, it's saved lives. And so we're trying to squeeze all the juice we can out of that magic of the shield and share it with as many kids as possible across the state.
All the buzz in the Albuquerque sports world is the new stadium. There are going to be some stadium news announced by the time of the ball.
Potentially. That's above my pay grade, but you'll have to talk to David Weesey-Carl about that.
I'm too focused on the playoffs to bring that up this week, but I know that conversation will circle back often throughout the winter. Anything we missed today, Chanel? Anything besides theballinm.com?
Oh, I just encourage people to get in touch with us and learn more about our work. The ballinm.com does have our links to impact stories as well, specific community clinics and programs that we're really proud of. So the ballinm.com can be your portal, see what I did there, to even more information about the Somos Unidos Foundation and how to get involved.
How do donations work from a corporate standpoint? Is it 501c3? Is it 501c4? How does that work if a organization is interested in being a part of it?
Yes, 501c3. All of our programs fit under the philanthropic guidelines. So we are certainly available for any of those companies or individuals who are starting to plan their year-end giving. We would be honored to be a part of your philanthropic portfolio, and are happy to take conversations and meetings so that people really see the way that their fingerprints can be on our impact across the state.
SomosUnidosFoundation.org and theballinm.com. Thank you, Chanel. This was really nice.
Yeah, no, I always love a chance to talk to you all. And I really appreciate you helping get the word out about this awesome event. There's going to be tickets available throughout the week. So I really encourage people to just visit theballinm.com to get more information, and don't miss this event, because it is one that we've already heard they regretted missing last year. So they've been talking to us since January about making sure they get their spot this year.
Better be about it.
Yeah, yes.
Chanel, thanks, girl.
Yeah, thank you both. Talk later.
Thanks, Chanel.
She's so nice.
She's the best. What she and the Somos Unidos Foundation do for Albuquerque and New Mexico is nothing short of fantastic.
You went last year to this party. I didn't get to go. I was working for New Mexico Highlands University doing the broadcasting, obviously. I think it was the one time last year I was like teed off that I missed a thing.
Serious FOMO.
I was
night.
teed off.
Yeah. It was an amazing night. Had a blast with a lot of amazing people.
Yeah. Well, we had this is super inside radio, but I hadn't lined out where how I was going to broadcast the game in Las Vegas, New Mexico. I was going to come down, do the thing. I was going to, meet the lady friend I had at the time, and it ended up just being too much hysteria. And I was like, I don't need any weird energy from a party or a person or a obligation. Where I was like, I'll just stay in Las Vegas. And as I was staying in Las Vegas that night, I was doing the whole kick myself in the butt. I know I'm missing the jam. So the ballinm.com, do that thing, be a part of that thing, because it should be a lot of fun. I am not available this upcoming week though, which is a shame.
That's a bummer. Again,
Yeah.
you need to schedule your life around this thing, brother.
Figure it out, dude. It starts early too. We're on air.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like a 5 o'clock doors open kind of thing. We'd have to get a special covering for the boys while they go party. I think that's doable. That sounds doable.
Or we do it from there and we just go straight to partying.
God, we would get asked to leave so fast. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Traffic right now, we're still seeing quite a bit of slowdowns westbound on I-40. Those slowdowns are going to start right around Louisiana. They're going to last until Unser. You want to be careful going through there. Eastbound I-40 right now continues to move slow as well between Wyoming and Wantabo. Paseo westbound, you're going to see slowdowns starting right at I-25. Those last until Coors. Also a bit of congestion right now westbound on Alameda from 2nd Street to the river. Southbound on I-25, still seeing slowdowns so sooner than Montgomery. And traffic still moving slow southbound on Tramway. Those slowdowns start around Manal. They'll last until Lomas.
Brought to you by the Sandoval County Clerk's Office. If you vote, you win. It's that simple. And it's simple to vote early in Sandoval County. To find early voting locations and hours for the regular local election, visit scnmvote.com. Voting is as traditional as red and green. Early voting runs now through November 4th.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Celebrate Cherry Fridays with the Sports Animal. Every Friday before a home game, we're turning the town cherry. Join the Sports Animal for a t-shirt raid in the parking lot of one Albertsons somewhere in the city. Get your Lobo gear and home game tickets while supplies last. Join us from Albertsons on Isleta and Rio Bravo at 8 a.m. this Friday morning. Get there quick and help us paint the town cherry from 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
Casino at the Downs First Turn Lounge hosts their 9th annual Halloween party and costume contest. Saturday, October 28th. Your best costume wins your share of $1,000. Enjoy drink specials and live music and dancing with Black Pearl. No cover, only at Casino at the Downs. Weekends at the Downs has your favorite games, live music, great dining, and with 30 screens, your game's on. Watch and wager on live and simulcast racing, casino cash drawings, and be sure to check out the flea market and other New Mexico events. Only at Casino at the Downs.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Bert Kreischer presents Tops Off World Tour.
I look at my dad, I go, hey, Dad, maybe we should sit down. I don't think your owl's out tonight. 30 seconds later, whoo, right on top of it, we hear, whoo. My oldest daughter goes, Dad, look across the lake at the old man on his dock. There's another drunk, blind old white man just, whoo.
Bert Kreischer live on stage. Rio Rancho Event Center, February 4th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
You have a right to protect yourself.
We got 30 guys.
Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service, IPS. Criminals don't care about laws, so I'm committed to stop them from targeting your home and business around the Albuquerque area. I've got highly trained armed officers who respond to alarms, usually in 7 minutes or less. The police are too overwhelmed and can't react until it's too late. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. IPS.
Here we go.
Turkey, a better place to live and work.
Don't show up to work without a tape. Everyone will know. And they'll talk about you in the lunchroom over a ham sandwich. It's the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You know, Albert Ramirez is joining us on the program. Let's go. Albert, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, doing well, staying busy. Got a lot of great things going on at the Y right now. So,
Director of your Horn YMCA, our very good friend, Albert Ramirez. What's up? You got this new gaming room downstairs? Why aren't we downstairs playing video games?
Yeah, you should be. It's an amazing spot. We're kicking off esports leagues.
You're right.
So we're registering right now. Registration comes to an end at the end of this week. So if you haven't got signed up for that, come on in, get signed up. Go to our website, get signed up. But it's a pretty cool site down there.
It is super cool.
Yeah, we got to do a better job of showing people what it is, when we market. But once people see it, they're bought into it. So we're excited about it.
And once you get this thing going, it is going to absolutely take off because that's the coolest gaming room I've ever seen in my life. Once some kids get down there and get their eyes on it, they're going to go absolutely bonkers.
It reminds me when I was a little kid.
And young adults.
Yeah, sure.
You
remember when you were a kid and you used to watch Hackers? Like those kind of things when you were a kid and you're like, that's what I want. It's a cool neon room with cool video games.
Well,
that's what's at the YMCA.
It exists.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's exciting. We'll be opening it up too for like birthday parties, things like that.
Oh, how cool!
People want to do so. It's exciting. Everybody's excited about it. So
we need to. Can we put up some cool posters down there? Like, do we need some cool glow in the dark, like black light, 2 men on posters?
Yeah, absolutely. The visual of it down there is just really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I mean, all the lights, TVs, everything that's going on.
Albert, who are these old guys on the wall?
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
How come Van's always player 2? So obviously winter sports registration starts Monday. You guys do the traditional Y stuff, right? The volleyball, the basketball, the little kid basketball, the older kid basketball. You're doing it all. Can I do both? Like if I'm like a young kiddo member, can I play the esports and play the winter sports at the same time? Does it work that way?
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't overwhelm parents, right, with any of our leagues. So typically sports practices once a week with a game on the weekends. Esports will meet during the week. So yeah, you definitely could do both. Great thing about it is if you're a member, it's all free to you.
Let's go.
Whether it's sports, whether it's the esports, all of that is included with our inclusive memberships. So the other great thing, starting with this winter basketball registration on Monday, is that we are waiving all membership dues to single-parent family members that come in and sign up for sports till January.
What? Say that again.
Love that.
Say that again, but a little slower.
So no membership dues till January if you come in and sign up for esports starting Monday during our registration period. So,
wow.
That's giving it away.
Quite literally. Yeah, quite literally. That's right.
Are you bringing back Parents' Night, or did I just hear a rumor?
No, we're still doing Parents' Night. Yeah, so those happen on the 3rd and 4th Wednesdays of the week. Again, free to families, right? So you can drop your children off. They have a great time here at the Y.
Horn or McLeod.
Yep. And parents get to go out and enjoy a night out. So without the kiddos.
I want to make sure
we take care of that.
I know I oversimplify it. A family membership is $68.
That's correct. Yeah.
And for $68, you're telling me they put kids in sports and get rid of my kids 2 nights a month. I can come and work out. They can come to the after school programs. They can do all this fun stuff. And I want to make sure I understand. It's barely $2 a day.
It's barely $2 a day.
That's I don't accept.
Now, after school and summer camps, things like that, we still charge for those, but it's a 50% off the non-member cost. So it's still big savings for those.
Super sweet.
So your winter sports, it's not just for professional young athletes. Like there's kids of all skill ranges can sign up and play within their skill levels and learn the game, right?
Yeah, what's great about the YMCA is that, you know, we kind of know our place in the sports spectrum in Albuquerque, right? And so, you know, one of the great things is you know, we're about teaching kids, you know, fundamentals and skills, but also character values, sportsmanship, things of that nature as well. And the other thing is every kid plays an equal amount of playing time, right? So it's not one-sided. We want everybody to participate, so everybody gets that equal playing time. You know, they play 8 games throughout the season. They practice once a week. On the advanced level leagues, they get a season-ending tournament. So there's a lot of advantages to being in the Y Sports program.
You get to coach your kid too, man, which is like a fun thing.
Yeah, volunteer coaches. So great people giving up their time to come out and work with youth. So it's wonderful.
I used to run a community center, obviously, and I don't know if this is still true. Are team parents, are like team moms still doing like super Pinterest aggressive like snacks and stuff for the kids? Is that still a culture?
That's still a culture.
It's so funny to me. Van, have you seen this?
Yeah, they have to outdo each other every week.
They're trying to dunkaroo on each other.
Exactly.
Like it's the funniest thing. I get it. You want to do like Halloween themed snacks for the kids, but we also don't need to do fill in every obscure holiday every week. They do it and they love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a good thing though. It's a good thing.
You still riding high from your Cowboys win last night?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. We got break this weekend, so it'll be a 2-week high. So
nice. Yeah. Ride that one out for a little bit.
Yeah.
It is sweet when it works out that way. You know what you put on the list that I hadn't seen recently was your financial literacy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Van need to come to this November 7th, broadening your knowledge of investing. We unfortunately have more money than what we know to do with, and we do dumb stuff. Like we need help understanding like where to put it, how it works around this. How did you come to the point giving to your members through the community?
Yeah, so you know, as a out and about that will come
the idea.
Yeah, there'll be different avenues each month that we partner up with somebody in the community to come out and do something special for our members.
Anything we missed, Albert?
News, treadmills, new equipment coming in today and tomorrow.
Is that at McLeod already?
At McLeod, yep. McLeod's tomorrow. They're coming in and doing horn, and so we're still continuing to keep our facilities up to date. And yeah, come check us out.
You're talking like brand new. I can come
new.
tomorrow morning and run on a treadmill that no one's ever ran on.
That's correct.
I'm going to break it in or break it.
First one.
Break it. Yeah, more like break it. Yeah.
Don't let me break the brand new treadmill, Albert. Can you imagine the looks you would get like in the cardio part? Like
they're hard to break. They're hard to break. So
Albert's like classic Fred mess around.
Did it again.
Albert Ramirez, thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Whenever we get back, David, we see Carl. The United previews the upcoming weekend as it's a big deal.
Playoffs, baby.
Tune in on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's like the bottom of the beat. See the problem with the feet? The devil's trying to break us down.
Good.
The Day of the Dead themed bike event is October 28th and 29th. The Boss K Bone Shaker gravel ride offers 3 distances. Our road event has distances for all ages and skill levels. Go to dayofthetread.com for more info.
Traffic right now, we're still seeing quite a bit of slowdowns westbound on I-40. Those slowdowns are going to start right around Louisiana. They're going to last until Unser. You're going to want to be careful going through there. Eastbound I-40 right now continues to move slow as well between Wyoming and Juan Tabo. Paseo westbound, you're going to see slowdowns starting right at I-25. Those last until Coors. Also a bit of congestion right now westbound on Alameda from 2nd Street to the river. Southbound on I-25, still seeing slowdowns as sooner than Montgomery. And traffic still moving slow southbound on Tramway. Those slowdowns start around Manal. They'll last until Lomas.
This report brought to you by D.
Check out this hot October new Buick GMC on Lomas. Get 1.9% financing OAC on all 2023 Buicks. Plus up to $1,250 in Conquest cash and no payments till 2024. Quality by D. Lorenzo. Quality.com.
The Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-916. American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Friday, October 27th, for the Buen Vecinos Golf Classic, Goblins, Ghouls, and Golf. We're teeing it up at the Twin Warriors Golf Course on the beautiful Santa Ana Pueblo to support our fellow local business owners with their membership in the Hispano Chamber. Small businesses need the opportunities, connections, and resources the Chamber provides. For more information and to register your team, contact the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce at ahcnm.org.
And in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood
We're coming back, guys, and David is here.
or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
More New Mexico United talk here on the program as, well, simply put, they're the best sports team in all of New Mexico for the last, 5 years in a row. It's not even close. David Weesey, Carl, welcome to the program, brother. How are you?
Hey, guys. Very, very happy go Phils to both of you.
It's pretty sweet. What's up with Bryce Harper? It's the best.
He's pretty good at baseball. I would say game is just about to start here in LCS Game 2, and Nick Castellanos has already hit another home run.
It seems like every time he hits another homer, he drops a button down on his jersey.
So hot.
He's gonna be jersey-less in another 2 games.
Yeah, I'm worried we're going to lose them to Miami, and they're going to change their name to Miami Vice.
It's hot.
Very hot.
You can go to Sandia Casino Sports Bar this Saturday for the biggest watch party of the year. Obviously, the United are going to do all the things they do. They're going to give away stuff. Is Chris Weehan going to be there? Is that a fact, or am I making that up?
Beezer will be there
Let's
live
go.
and in person, signing autographs, hanging out, watching the match, and watching New Mexico United go up there and beat Sacramento in the first round of the playoffs.
Isn't that wild that that's about to happen? Because 5 minutes ago, you weren't going to make the playoffs. You weren't going to be able to play anyone. It was going to be a complete rebuild. Bringing in the new coach was a disastrous decision. You guys have been distracted with too much stuff off the field. It was only about how cool your brand was and not how good it was. And now you're just a handful of wins away from being the best team in the whole dang world.
It's funny. We heard those things from outside, right? The naysayers, the doubters. But I can tell you unequivocally, every single person in this organization, whether it's a player, a coach, front office, whoever it may be, never for a second doubted that we were going to be making the playoffs, and never for a second doubted that we're going to make a run. So, you're only as good as your weakest link, and our weakest link is pretty dang strong here at United, and we're proud to be a club that represents the state.
David, before we look forward, let's look back on this amazing run to sneak into the playoffs and put ourselves in position to do some damage. What was the key to this run?
Good question.
Yeah, I think it was a loss, honestly, which is maybe not what you'd expect to hear. But we went out to Pittsburgh, who's a very good team. They won the Supporters Shield, which means they had the best record in the entire league for the regular season. So they're a very good team. But we went to Pittsburgh and we did not play well. It was wet, cold, rainy. You can make any number of excuses that you want to make, but the guys will be the first to tell you we did not play well, period, and we lost handily. And at that point, we were looking down the barrel of not making the postseason, as you said. And, Kalen Ryden, one of the captains of this team, guy who's been here for 4 years now, loves everything New Mexico. Isn't from here, born and raised in Oklahoma, but New Mexico has become his home, and he and his wife had a baby here, and it's just he's become a New Mexican. He pulled the guys aside and told them he believed him, and he gave an inspirational speech, which we're going to put a video out on that I think either tomorrow or Thursday. But told the guys we have everything we need to win a championship, but we got to have the mentality and we got to have the mindset, and we got to fight like New Mexicans because that's what we are. And since then, they haven't lost. And they've made this run, and they've fought like New Mexicans, and they've made our state proud. And they're going to do it again on Saturday when they beat Sacramento and take down the top seed.
When's the last time we played Sacramento? Is that July?
We played them twice this year. Played them once in July and once in September. In July, we played them here at the Lab, one of our best wins of the season. Again, they're the top team in the West. And we beat them 3-0 here at our place. And then in September, we went to their place and we tied them 0-0. Now, there's no ties now because it was playoffs. So I like our chances.
Well, and you're talking about that 0-0 and you're talking about that 3-rip. What is Sacramento talking about? Because they think they got the tape on you, right? But this ain't the team they played in July. And the team you just mentioned. That tie? The boys have only won since then outside of that Pittsburgh game. How does Sacramento even think they can prepare for what I might identify as the hottest team in the league right now?
We are the hottest team in the league, and I hope they think that they're prepared. We want that. We like being the underdog. Josh Suggs, who grew up in Las Cruces and has been here since day one, has been a captain for 4 years, for the 5 years of United. Talked about that the other day. We like being the underdog. We like people thinking that they know who we are and thinking that they can just beat us, and that's perfectly fine, because when you're an underdog, you can defy expectations. And again, that's who we are. We're proud to be that, and we're going to win.
I mean, how do you match up against Sacramento as far as talent-wise on the pitch?
Yeah, they've got a lot of goal scorers. They're a very good team. They're a very solid team back to front. They have probably the best goalkeeper in the league in Danny Vitiello. But again, to Fred's previous point, they don't know this team, right? We beat them 3-rip. We drew them at their place, and they still don't know who we are because we have developed so much. We brought in several mid-season signings, guys like Nicky Hernandez, guys like Jacobo Reyes, Andrew Thomas, Zico Bailey. They've made huge differences. Zico scored a goal the other day in the 4-1 win to close out the season and clinch our playoff spot. They don't know this team. They know the team that they faced and lost 3-0 to, and if they're preparing to face that team again, great. We're a very different team.
We don't look ahead. We're not the guys. We recognize Saturday. But the winner of this one has to play the winner of Springs and San Antonio. Is there someone I should be keeping an eye on there? Is there someone I should be rooting for the United to have a home playoff game?
So we will not host either of those two teams.
Help your memory. Try Prevagen today. Prevagen. Healthier brain, better life. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Many people think all injury lawyers are the same, their experience is the same, and that the outcome of their case will be the same. That's just not true. Hurt in a wreck? Be cautious of which personal injury firm you hire. Look for a law firm with a proven track record of results, like Lerner and Rowe. We've collected billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people.
Can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state settlements. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation.
What is 1 minute, guys? 1 minute.
Price.
At Granger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Teach it at Harvard.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly.
Here we go.
Sound off right now at 246-0610. Come on!
There's pen to pad, there's word to mic, dear listener.
Back live on the program.
Mail order delivery.
That sounds super tough.
Unseal the envelope.
I do like that one.
Unseal the envelope. Messenger is sender.
They wrote.
Sender is.
They ain't right back.
I appeal to the openness of mind as I seal this piece with the frigidity rarely seen in time. Climb atop my head.
I could be this type of rapper.
Like a spoken word guy?
Yeah, like a spoken word rapper.
Spoken word, they just put music behind it?
There has to be some sort of spoken word thing here in town that I obviously don't know about. When I lived in Northern California, I would go to it. Have you ever been to one?
Oh, absolutely.
They're terrible. There's nothing good or redeemable about them except for this part.
This is going to come as no surprise to you. I've done poetry in front of people before.
Was it stupid?
Duh.
Cal, you've been in entertainment a long time. You ever get up in front of a microphone and stand on top of a shag carpet and just tell people how the man isn't the man?
Negative. I've always spent my time mixing. I've never been on in front of a microphone.
Gosh.
I would have a few drinks and try it sometime, though.
You did do that. You did the levels for those people.
Yeah,
though, right? Yeah.
There's only one level, more bass.
Exactly.
I woke up in the morning, but it wasn't this morning. People are like, this guy is so interesting. The reaction was always based off, this is going to sound so cliche. the attractiveness of of the person.
It kind of helps.
It's the only thing that
It
matters in
kinda
spoken
helps.
word.
Yeah.
Nothing matters.
Man, boy, does this white guy with dreadlocks know a lot about race relations.
You could do one tomorrow on traffic jams.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And people would be like, I could totally relate. You're like, okay.
The 40 and I-40 stands for minutes. And that's how late I was to the program today.
I-40. More like 40 questions I asked myself about my life. Question 1, why? People are like,
ooh, he's so existential.
He's so wild. In the heart of the city, where dreams and cars collide. If you think spoken word is art, you're so stupid. I'm tired of this daily ritual, which takes us for a wild ride.
Ooh.
That's spoken word, dude. I hate it.
Or like it's all double entendres.
The whole thing. Yeah. Not the city lights, but the brake lights allure. And you're like, not a sentence.
That's you're reaching on that one,
Yeah.
Tucker.
The urban jungle. Like, stop with your stop just saying things. Spoken word. I know that's what this is. You're not saying anything.
You just copied a Mad Lib that
Yes,
you did
that's
12 minutes ago in
correct.
the bathroom.
Your one on traffic jams is also your one on teen pregnancy. And you're
Same thing.
Figure it out. You're in such a rush to work. Your life is a blur. And they're like, and you're
like,
I feel the snap slowing.
Oh man,
do better.
Not as snappy this time.
Yeah. We're all just creatures in this sea, but we're not sea creatures. And then they stop and then you're like, oh, you lost them. Oh, that's I forgot about that.
That's their exclamation point.
The best ones are the ones where there's also like a 3-piece drum set up on it, and there's like somebody like with the rasp on the cymbal.
Yeah, 2 bongos and like two bongos and 1 nickel-plated colander up there for some reason.
And the performance room smells like your parents' bedroom when you were a kid, and you're like, "What is this? Is this weed and love?
Weed and patchouli? Is that what this is?"
Oh
Everything
gosh,
smells like oatmeal raisins.
these cars, they're all tangled in a spree. When will we be free? And people like this is all very superficial. Like you're not actually breaking in.
Traffic today, that's not my jam.
Traffic does suck today.
God, it was awful.
Cowboys game last night, I called it.
You sure did.
It started before it started. What are they fighting on the sidelines for? Like, what is this?
It's happening every game.
Every
now.
game.
Cut it out.
Stop. Stay on your side of the field.
This isn't WWE. It's like a real sport.
Yeah. It's fine if it's WWE.
Yeah. And WWE, that's part of the allure.
That's part of the thing.
It's part of the allure.
And this thing, that's not part of the thing.
Yeah. Quit trying to stab people with cleats.
And it starts like this. I know a guy over there. I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
We all went to the same 6 colleges.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You're all from Nick Saban's tree.
Hey, do you know Trevor Bauer? We all got tricked by that same girl. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, we get that you know someone over there. Yeah, but I hate. Yeah, we know you hate him. We get it, man. We get it. Yeah, he got some money, which, no. We get. I don't want to jog over here.
Yeah. That guy in a different colored shirt went to a different college than me in Alabama. We can never be friends.
You think the climate is hot? Pre-game brawls are hot. That I was trying to do both.
Yeah, I got you. That's okay.
I really struggled.
I appreciate the effort.
If we did a whole spoken word episode of this show, you give me one day to write. If you were to be like Freddie,
I could do it for 3 hours.
Forget it. The hour-and-a-half show. I'm not going to torture myself. If we grab a Monday or a Thursday where we're preempted by National League football. By the way, Sports Animal home on Monday and Thursday night footballs. And you'd be like, okay, here are how many segments would that be? 6. Here's our 6 topics, Fred. You have to go 6 minutes on every one. So we'll hand off. We'll take turns.
Naturally.
We have to go spoken word. Number one, not only could I do it, I would excel at it.
Right.
And then afterwards, people would be like, yeah, I mean, it was really funny, but like, it was really good.
It's like, you have a future in this thing.
Just get on the show and read our horoscopes or
And
something.
we can never break the fourth wall. We do not talk about it. We just do it.
Yeah.
We just do it. Don't joke about it. Don't laugh. Do it completely deadpan for an hour and a half.
And it becomes one of the, do you remember the 1996 episode we did last week, like so very recently, like the Royal Rumble episode we did, or the
Right.
Billionaire Rumble?
Billionaire Rumble.
Like we just start just one-offing all these stupid episodes, and people are like these guys they're good at entertaining. They suck at sports. And it's like, well,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah, you got us.
We've read the reviews.
Correct.
I've seen my Yelp.
Yes. That's the thing too, with like the friends of the show who tune in so very regularly. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the feedback we get, the social media is more live than it's ever been. The text is more live, and we're not dumb. Welcome back to Sports Talk. NFL football is back. Welcome back.
Yeah. You took the summer off.
We
Welcome
get
back.
it. We love that you're here. We love that you're sitting in your car right now on Highway 40 or one of the throughway streets, not going anywhere, because we did the same thing today. Thank you for taking time with us. Laugh a lot. Laughed a lot at Howie's sports page last night watching the football game. Here's what I think, man. You keep putting the Cowboys on primetime, you're going to get a lot of eyes.
Sure.
But you're never going to get a lot of eyes on a good product. And the NFL doesn't need help. They don't need to showcase their best stuff. Whatever they're doing, great, right? But I feel like every time I watch the Cowboys on primetime or the Chargers on primetime, they both play the exact same game, which is down to the opponent.
Right.
And they're playing down to the opponent, and they both just want to lose.
It seems like they so desperately tried to give that game away, and the Chargers wouldn't take advantage of chance after chance after chance that they had.
And LA is just they're really chargering it. I don't know what other word to say.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert's 24-24, and I feel like I only see him lose in primetime games.
They're staleying themselves. That coach should have been gone 2 years ago. He's the worst. I'm sure he's like some kind of mastermind coordinator, why he has such a long leash, but I don't see it. He just makes a horrible decision after horrible decision and costs them literal wins multiple times a year. He like has a negative WAR. His coaches have sabermetrics, wins above replacement.
They do.
Because he has a negative one.
ESPN trying to make me see false narrative. Boise State had that one cool play.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore was in the NFL for however many years he was in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell that there are stories here that aren't stories here. I don't need close-ups of this dude's face oh God, I'm about to sound like old man slow. Between every single back-to-back punt that I'm watching on Monday Night Football.
So many punts.
They stay punting.
If you were a special teams fan, boy, do I have the game for you last night.
The least clutch team in the history of the NFL, the Chargers, and the highlight, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive, and I'm definitely not trying to sound racist, is the Chargers fan that kept showing all night, celebrating for the Chargers, this like little Asian gal getting loose. She should get fan of the year the entire time.
She was on McAfee today.
Are you serious?
She was on McAfee
No.
today. She went viral overnight.
Oh my God, dude.
She went from celebrating at a football game to being on Pat McAfee.
This is real?
Real. Seriously. The fan.
I did not see any of this.
The fan that went viral on the game last night was on McAfee today. That is not a joke.
Doing what?
Just being interviewed.
Talking about her fandom?
Being a fan.
The Chargers have to give her the world.
Season tickets.
Yeah, season tickets.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and in our slider in the box with the owner or do something. The St. Louis Blues years ago found a guy on Twitter a black dude from like the inner city, knew nothing about hockey. and he like caught something on TV, and he was like, "This game looks kind of wild." And the Blues were like, "Come out!" Like on Twitter, they have this dude out. He's live tweeting from the Blues account. He's like, "This is," and I don't know if it's real or work or whatever, right?
Sure.
But he's like, "This game's crazy cool." Like what? Like give this gal that treatment. Like give her the all everything inclusion. Because ESPN and I guess now Pat McAfee and obviously the LA Chargers, they're making $1 off this gal.
You know it.
I'm glad she was on there because I felt kind of weird even bringing it up because I wanted to be like, that's the happiest Chargers fan. That's how I wanted to describe it. But that's not the way I felt it was being pushed by the TV, which was this person's energy is weird. Like,
I just thought they were highlighting a super fan because she was going bonkers. Like, unlike a football fan, okay, you cheer, you yell, you clap, you pump your fist. She was like having seizure adjacent behavior on live television.
I thought it was like a celebrity at first. I was like, are they trying to? Does Justin Herbert have his own version of, again, not trying to sound insensitive or racist, does he have his own version of like overseas Taylor Swift?
Like K-pop
Taylor Swift that I don't know about?
Yeah.
And I was like, is the TV promoting like the new electro drop that's going to come out?
Sure.
That's literally what but they never put a name up or they never did like a lower third. And that's the stupidest way to talk on radio. They never put a graphic saying like her name or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is wild that she's on TV so many times.
Yeah, she was the focal point of the game.
The other 11 or dozen or Baker's dozen Chargers fans there, they were like, why not us? Why aren't we getting attention?
Yeah, we finally showed up, put us on camera.
So many Dallas fans in LA.
Oh, everywhere you go is Dallas fans.
That might be the number one market, right? For Dallas fans that isn't Dallas, LA.
Probably Phoenix.
Maybe maybe.
Yeah, probably Phoenix.
They're showing that gal. Herbert rolls out, throws the touchdowns to whatever Seven's name is. It don't matter. And beforehand, they're showing her freaking out with her glasses on. And then he scored a touchdown, and the glasses are lost.
Yeah, where's your glasses?
She's doing the YMCA like thing with her arms. By the way, we're at the Horn YMCA today, and just a cameraman like in love with her energy. Weird though. Like
I was captivated.
Like it's all we were talking
100%.
about.
Yeah, no, I get it.
At the end of the game, Herbert throws that interception, and me and you are sitting together. And we're like, "Don't show her! Don't show her! Don't!" Oh, she's like double like fingers through her hair, like if you were to try to pick spaghetti out of her hair.
Yes.
We're like, this isn't. Stop it, ESPN! Stop exploiting this lady. But good for her. Yeah, she's on Pat McAfee. Shoot,
they get some kind of deal out of this.
Well, and ask Aaron Rodgers. Pat pays for you to be there. Like that's the pickup. More recap of the NFL whenever we get back. There was 2 good games. They were both Florida-based teams. That's where we're going to spend our time. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Come to the UNM Howl Zone. 3.5 hour.
Guys are good.
Kickoff for each home game with backyard games, inflatables, food, drinks, music, and more.
Hand it off to the deep man, Merritt. Oh, makes a man a miss. He's outside the numbers to the 50. He's to the house.
Come celebrate with New Mexico's station for football.
First career Lobo touchdown, 27 yards.
95.9 FM and AM 610.
Unbelievable.
The Sports Animal.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt, call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-552-6750. That's 800-552-6750. 800-552-6750.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission licensed under DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Get ready, Albuquerque. Book It Live is back, igniting our city with entertainment, art, and New Mexico culture. Mark your calendars for Thursday, October 19th for the Nightbird Trolley Experience from 5 to 9 p.m. Start your journey at Lapis Room in Old Town with a sparkling wine toast and captivating art. Then hop on the trolley for melodic serenades as we glide through the heart of downtown to Flyby Provisions. Live music, art, delicious bites, and other surprises await. Limited tickets are available, so RSVP today. Visit bookitlive.com.
You know when you wake up and your mouth feels gross and you just can't wait to brush your teeth to get that clean, fresh feeling again? That's exactly how millions of Navage users feel when they use powered suction to rinse out their noses every day, just like brushing their teeth. Once you're able to breathe deeply without congestion, you never want to be without it. That's why so many people rave about Navage with over 100,000 online reviews. Feel the Navage difference for yourself. In less than a minute a day, you'll feel immediate relief from seasonal allergies and congestion after the very first use. Navage will also help you sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier naturally without drugs. Start breathing clearly again with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore.
I think the last time I did it was
cancel them. Trucks in the shop, borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money. Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings. Brands like Milwaukee.
Back in 30, boys.
Your soul ran. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 biggie bundle.
Oh,
lower interest.
Here we go.
Item at regular price. The king of sports talk.
I have not given myself enough credit lately.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I make you hot to death, hot to death, hot to death. You can see me flex for now, I'm no stranger. I make it hot to death, hot to death, You can see me flex for now, I'm no stranger.
Back on the program.
Woke up, still a G, new tracks, new ideas, it's never empty.
I tier things, right? I don't have a favorite thing. I have tiers of things that I enjoy. Like, I'm an adult. I no longer have a favorite color, but there are tiers of like things I know go well, like in wardrobe, right?
Okay,
cool.
sure.
I don't have a favorite pro wrestler. I have tiers. I don't have a favorite food. I have tiers.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite sport. I have tiers. I do have a favorite head coach, and it's Mike McDaniel, and it's not even close.
He is such a dude.
He is incredible.
He's got the best press conferences. He's the best at smack talking. He's the best at making reporters look stupid. And oh, by the way, he's innovating NFL offenses. He is changing the game.
Did you say NFL offenses or bad lip reading?
Yes.
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 All of them.
He's so good.
He's changing the game in a span of a month and a half.
Yeah.
People are already mimicking his offense after a month.
We saw it multiple times last night on Monday Night Football.
Yeah. People are trying to, in real time, steal his offense.
He does NFL football the way that I played Madden, where he's like, give me the fastest ones and put them at the skill positions. I just need the fastest ones.
And he literally has that.
He has them all. At every position, he has the fastest ones. And then he's like the coach, and you were talking about it where you're like, like all these soundbite things came out from the game over the weekend. The NFL mics him up because they're super smart.
Yeah.
Also, I think he gets paid a pretty penny for that, and I think he knows that.
You know it.
But his, like, whatever play's called, right? Whatever. Reach out for the 4 Omaha, right? And then.
And it takes half an hour to get out of his mouth.
Correct. And then he's like, now go score. Oh, okay. Like, that's how boys talk to boys? That's like whenever you were a kid and you would play Halo with your buddies on the headset, and you're like, hey, we're gonna go into the thing here, we're gonna shoot the guy, and we're gonna pull and go capture the flag. Like, oh, okay. Like, it's that easy. This is the NFL.
He's making it look that easy. Except for that one ass whipping in Buffalo, he is making teams look foolish.
Yeah.
Like, he's the smartest guy in the room in this scenario, smartest guy on the field, and he's making experienced lifelong football coaches look like fools.
He said last night, or he said in this mic'd up thing from over the weekend, he said, I'm fighting myself and myself is winning. And I go, same, bro. Like,
I heard that at a spoken word night.
Like, I could not be right. He seems like the guy that's going to do it forever, right? And where else do you want to? You're in the best city. Hey, there's a lot of cities in the country. None of them are Miami.
Miami is, you're talking about tiers. Miami is top tier American.
That's
city.
top tier.
Yeah.
Literally, like, there might be a better city than Miami. There's not a better tier of the tier that he's in.
It redeems Florida for me.
Yeah.
That's how dope Miami is.
Is this a cool nickname? Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel.
Is that a cool nickname?
I don't think that's going to stick.
All right.
It's pretty good for this segment, though. He's legit hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, he's the anti-Belichick. He's like Bizarro Belichick. He's Belichick with an outgoing, fun personality. And obviously no one's going to do it forever, but he looks like he's the genius that the NFL has been waiting for.
You know, I'm low-key a Fins dude. I've been low-key a Fins dude long time. But I don't a team, you know. What I'm really appreciative of, and I'm 38. What are you, 42?
Thank you.
I'm 38. You're 41. We're not quite there. We're not far off. But there's friends of the show that are boomer adjacent that hate people that approach professional life like this. There are people out there that, and by the way, because they were never diagnosed with like being on the spectrum, like because they didn't try to do that when people were growing up in their age, they don't realize just how difficult of individuals they are, believing that the NFL can only be done one exact way. And if you don't do it that exact way, you are obviously ignorant and irrelevant to the entire existence of the thing.
Right.
And Mike McDaniel has shown up and has bucked the entire system.
Correct.
There was a guy who did this before him. By the way, got hit with a car. Game, and I get running off at the mouth, and some guy like bumped him with the car, which is not like significant enough to be a segment on the show, but I'm just going to mention it right now.
So it wasn't an accident, like while he's out jogging.
So, I mean, you read
some guy hit it on purpose.
You interpret TMZ however you want. I'm telling you, I have seen a lot of pickup basketball where there's just some guys jarring, and maybe Terrell Owens is standing in front of the car. Maybe the guy's like, "Move, bro, I'm gonna hit you with my car." That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I'm telling you what I've seen existed in the world before. I've seen that existed in the world before.
Okay.
Is that the story you kind of took
That's
from it?
what I see.
So with that said, Terrell Owens showed up and started doing this 15 years ago, where he started playing better than everyone else playing and doing it with a swagger and with a public understanding.
He's got moxie.
He's got it.
Kid's got some panache.
So for no reason,
full of chutzpah.
For no reason, everyone the generation above us and the generation above they were like, I hate this guy. Probably veiled in racism, if we're going to be obvious.
Yeah, there's that element.
Yeah. But he never did any of the weird off-the-field stuff that all these other dudes did. He was just a guy who wasn't doing it the exact way that Jerry Rice was doing it. That wasn't doing it the exact way that Tim Brown was doing it.
Right.
And that's Mike McDaniel. Showing up, showing off,
And there's probably a little bit of racism when people hate Mike McDaniel too.
Oh, say
because
more.
I'm not even sure what he is.
I have no clue.
I know the name Mike McDaniel, what that sounds like, but it doesn't match his face. He's got like a Pete Davidson face where you don't even know what he is. What are you, like black, Arab, Italian? Like how does that work? What are you? With an Irish last name? You got all the stuff.
Pete Davidson on Saturday Night Live last week, not that good.
I thought his opening speech was pretty powerful.
Oh, you feel that way?
I was impressed. I was impressed.
Okay.
It made my eyes water. But he
let me go back and rewatch.
Okay, yeah, try it again. Listen, yeah, check out the very first message. Not his whole monologue. One good joke. Monologue kind of missed me. But that opening speech was very powerful.
Hey, you know what I'm going to say to you right now? I might have missed whatever part you're talking about because I don't have any emotion of that part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let me revisit
check that one.
I'll do it during the break. In my shoot life, in my everyday life, if a guy were to, and again, this is from the mic'd up I saw this weekend. If a guy were to say a sentence to me and then deadpan LOL, I would be so upset. I would say, people don't talk like this.
He's legit funny.
He's legit funny. Also, it's nice to have a stereotypical like millennial coach in the NFL that I can super relate to.
Yes.
I was tired of not feeling represented.
Right.
That is my approach.
Sean McVay is not our people. Mike McDaniel is our people.
No, doofy quirks are my people.
Yes.
Person who's so very mad.
Cookie cutter coach speak.
Yeah.
Is one of the things I despise the most in this universe.
And if you want, keep loving Dan Campbell. Like, keep being over there in the I love
That's
Dan
fine.
Campbell.
No, that's fine.
I support you for that.
He's a dude. I'm into Dan Campbell too.
That's not your boy.
No. Mike McDaniel's that dude.
That's my dude.
Yeah.
So I'm in now. I'm fully bought in. If they make coaches jerseys, I'm buying one. Jersey. I'd buy a jersey.
Okay, so you could do that. So you're off. You're telling me you're off of the Garner Minshew fanboy train, and now you're on the Mike McDaniel exclusive fanboy.
Until the NFL season ends in February and Dan Campbell and Mike McDaniel team up for a buddy cop movie that I go and see multiple times in a row.
Okay, excellent. That would work.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Hey, if you're thinking about getting the latest, check this out. With Boost Infinite, you get the latest iPhone every year and unlimited wireless for just $60 a month. Yeah, you get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium. Then again, next year, you get the latest iPhone. Every year. Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. To learn more, pick up your phone, dial pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250 and say Boost Infinite. Terms apply. After 30 gigabytes, service may be slowed. Receive a comparable iPhone model each year with an acceptable trade-in every year. Requires credit qualification and 36-month phone financing agreement. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from this station's network.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe is the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software that holds electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you were injured in an EV accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Some work may be performed by or referred to other attorneys.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge.
Here we go.
Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
The only part of your morning that doesn't suck. The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Come on, yeah, come on, yeah. As per Van's recommendation, I took in the Pete Davidson monologue. Pretty good.
I thought it hit the spot.
Pretty good.
It wasn't too preachy. It wasn't too scripted. I felt like a dude speaking from his heart.
You know, unprecedented times, right? Like unprecedented times. And, you know, we didn't, well, first of all, we were told not to, but we didn't hit on any of the Middle East stuff. It was unfolding, still currently unfolding. Because this is not the spot. This is
right.
There's outlets for that.
Right.
Also, I encourage you to have multiple outlets for that. If there's a narrative that you often hear from a singular source, please find more sources.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah, diversify your information.
Unfortunately, because we're in such unprecedented times, we get a lot of those Pete Davidson style monologues.
Right.
Before sport, before entertainment, before arts.
Yeah.
And to me, I'd like to never hear another one. You know, I'd like to not never hear another one because we're so muted to, or we're so adjusted to, or, you know, we're at the YMCA right now. There's a million kids running around as we speak.
Right.
Where we're so desensitized because our kids do active shooter drills every single month now.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer.
But that's not this program. That's not sport. That's not Saturday Night Live.
You come to this program to take you away from that.
Find
stuff.
that distraction.
We have a good time. We laugh. We joke. We make fun. We're the program that takes you away from that.
Tries to.
Attempts.
Yeah. Because it's always there, right? There's like, in my opinion, and the first one that ever got me was David Letterman. David Letterman did one. This was after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Buck did one after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've only heard the exact same message every time over and over again. The Pete Davidson one was nice. You know, it's talking about the conflict in the Middle East. Yeah. He was a victim of a terrorist attack during 9/11.
Yep.
But if we could ever in any way find a way to where just stop harming each other. Jeez.
It's a very divisive topic, obviously.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of politics, a lot of worldviews involved. But one thing we could all agree on is innocent people caught up in the horrible decisions of other people just don't deserve it.
Wild.
People, you know, the Israelis who were attacked and harmed, just innocent people, civilians living their lives. Everyone in Gaza, the Palestinians who are going to be victims, just citizens, people, families, kids.
Wild.
They obviously don't need to get caught up in this by the horrible decisions of an extremist group and an oppressive government.
And we have this conversation every so often when, you know, we'll use like the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The Olympics are coming up. They're about to be in France. You know how many segments we're going to do on bed bugs in France? A bunch, because we can, because it involves the Olympics. We'll also talk about how Russia's not going to be there. We're also going to talk about United Federation of unhoused Olympic athletes that are going to come together under a common banner to compete. That'll be some Russians.
And bang.
Did I say unhoused? Displaced.
Yeah.
And bang. Yes, 100%.
So much banging at the Olympics.
Hey, but not in a bed in France because it's not safe.
No.
Don't get on the subway. Just don't. Oh, God, what would you do? I bring a trash bag to sleep in? Like, what would you do?
I cover yourself in Vaseline? I don't know.
Dude, I would never ever. I got like little bites on my ankles one time from like staying in like a hotel.
Been there.
And I was like, I'll burn this hotel to the ground.
Which they should.
That was my
You never get rid of them. Once they're there, they're just there forever. You get rid of every piece of possession that you have, and you start fresh. probably in a new city or state.
This wasn't even like an overdose in. You know what I mean? This was like a I don't know, the pool and hot tub, nice hotel thing.
Yeah.
You know, better than continental breakfast. And I'm like, hey, heads up, like I got these things or whatever, and they're like, nah. I'm like, nah.
No, hold on.
Hold up.
Are you telling me my experience isn't valid?
Like, you want to see? Like I can show you. Oh, dog! I remember I put my entire suitcase in a trash bag. This is real. And I let it sit in that trash bag, like on the blacktop. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just let it sit there for weeks.
Sizzle. Cook it out of there.
Get gross. Get grosser. I think I threw everything away except for the suitcase because it was like a nice suitcase. Like I couldn't chance it.
Okay.
The clothes, whatever.
Just replace the clothes.
Yeah, I can get new Levi's. They're not made the way they used to be. They're affordable now.
Hey, but this Samsonite, we're fumigating, baby.
You know, I got that Swiss gear, dude. I got nice stuff. Like I'm not trying to flex right now. Like all my everyday carry stuff is nice. But like my stuff that I never need, I got so many Harbor Freight tools. I don't care about. Like I use that one time. Orbital sander, one time, no big deal.
Yeah, instead of, like a pro tip here, instead of renting a tool you're going to use one time, go buy it from Harbor Freight.
It's not
the
good.
Same price.
By the way, the kind people at Harbor Freight.
Get a warranty.
Yes.
Get a warranty if you're shopping at Harbor Freight.
If your tool name is a city, just be careful. Like it's not the brand you think it is.
Yeah, Chicago what? Indonesia? Chicago, China? Yeah, sure.
I used to run this. I know we're doing nothing at the end of the show, so thanks for hanging out with us for the show.
Cool. Couple minutes, guys.
I used to run this soapbox derby, right? Like I organized and ran a soapbox derby, and you go down this big old hill. It was the whole thing, right? And I would see like last minute some of these like organizations, families, parents, or whatever, like putting what I identify as questionable hardware. And I'm like, you're about to put your kid in there.
Put your child in there.
Don't skimp on this one. They're about to soapbox down.
You're the Chicago Electric of soapbox derbies.
You ever go back and watch the Little Rascals movie like as an adult? Have you?
I have not.
I would strongly encourage you to. It's very different from when you watched it as a kid.
Okay.
It's the exact same film. Your interpretation of it, incredibly different. That soapbox derby they built that like fell apart or whatever, that's the same one the adults were building. Like in my shoot life.
I wish I would have watched the Little Rascals instead of the Continental. I could never
that
have
Amazon thing.
I could never have those 6 out. That's the John Wick
with Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
no,
it is awful.
You watched all of it?
I watched all of it.
I got to talk to you about how it's okay to quit stuff that sucks, dude.
It just seemed like it was about to get really good, and
no,
it never did.
It never.
The soundtrack was a banger. Cinematography was fantastic, but the show was horrible.
Akron, Ohio is the soapbox capital of the world, apparently, according to the Sports Animal live chat. That's friend of the show, Craig.
Thank you.
So there's a little useless trivia.
All right.
They don't soapbox out here. We have plenty of hills. Why don't we soapbox?
It's a good point.
Why don't we, you and I, as directors of the board of the YMCA, create the soapbox derby, put out hay bales, do the whole deal. Funnest thing you could possibly do.
And we start at the ski lift on top of the mountain.
I don't hate that.
And we go all the way to the river.
And the kids start calling it Devil's Backbone, and we're like, yes,
yeah, you get it.
We're just that much too old to where. Oh man,
these old guys will never get this. Oh, we do.
Cal, good job today.
Great being here with you guys.
Van, it was nice to be at the Y, huh?
I love this place so much.
Final words, brother?
I wish I would have went to the Y today, but I had to sleep in because I had too much fun at Howie's Sports Page. We're not going to be talking about that tomorrow on Opening Drive with Jeff and JJ, but they're going to be talking about all the sports hot takes in the universe, so don't miss that.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow from ABQ Axe, Porque.